We are live.
Squeezy, lemon squeezy.
Let's take a look. Send me book. It's loading YouTube.
I was waiting for that Reading Rainbows theme song.
Yeah.
There it is, live now. Part 393.
Jeez.
If we waited 7 sessions, then Spiral could come in right on part 400. But hey, what can you do, right?
Yeah, we just gotta wait a couple more months. That'd be good.
Yeah. Let's not do that, and let's just play, because the anticipation over the holidays and last week because of my illness ran this out for far too long anyway. So I'm gonna just pop out ye olde chat. And
Someone with
all
an
your ears.
incredibly long name just said I love you all. Or no, he says I heart you all. Okay, he wants to give us his heart. That's all. I was really worried that we were going to have to like...
Sweet chat heart. I love hearts.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Like only hearts.
Only hearts, man. Only hearts. Okay. So before we start the session, do you guys have any questions for me?
Is it alright if I send you a file in the middle of this game? It's an updated character sheet.
Oh, yeah, sure. Of course, that's fine.
I have
Isn't your
nothing.
character? Okay.
Do we have any fan art?
Oh, good question.
I know we have at least one.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, let's show off that first, obviously. Obviously.
From the very beautiful and talented Mr. Burns. I can never look at my XP sheet.
Why? What do you mean you can't look at it?
It's always corrupted for some reason. Like I try to open it up in different things.
Why don't you tell me these things?
I always forget.
Oh. Shall I do that?
Do what?
Make your experience into a PDF.
Yeah, that might actually help if they are able to do easily.
Sure, we can do that while Byrne is setting up the new art so people can see.
Okay.
Look at it.
I am going to open up my current character sheet, wherever it may be. I know exactly where it is. Right?
Export as PDF.
Right here.
All right. There's a bunch on here, but
First off, it's been like 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah. This is a page from the comic that Ariel Woods is making.
Oh yes, that's right.
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, it was.
I didn't forget. Squee retweets them all, so that's handy.
Mm-hmm. So that is page 1. Then there's another one. Ah, right. It's choose. It's another picture by Ariel Woods. It's of Al, and it is showing his duality between his elf side and human side.
Good old elf.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Probably about the mushroom dream because it is mentioned in the text. But next up, we have another picture by Ariel Woods. Oh God, what have I done?
That's a Christmas one.
Yep. Mila made or got Al a elf suit.
Nah.
Next up,
Oh, that's Mila. That makes more sense now. For some reason, I thought that was Tom, but now I see the long hair and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the boobs.
Yeah.
That's a pretty big indicator.
Let's see. There's a bunch from Through Galaxies. There's page 3 of the comic. I think I missed page 2 somewhere. But anyways, there's another picture of the comic. And this is another picture that Criana made for her pen and paper character, Mila's pen and paper character, for the Tyrath special.
Oh my God. Yummy.
Yeah.
The best character ever made in all of Rift's history.
Yep.
And that's it for fan art.
Perfect.
I don't know. Hold on, let me send you one.
Oh yeah. the best one, and possibly will date this video, but that's okay.
Oh, it's
That's
the one
fine.
before Piph.
Oh, it's yeah.
Yeah,
It has
I
Patrick
saw
in it.
that on my feed earlier.
Counts.
Oh
Trying to
yes,
find it.
because it's Patrick's birthday. It's
Patrick's birthday!
today.
Wow.
Happy birthday, Piph.
Yeah, happy
Uh,
birthday, Piph. I already gave you your gift.
So I don't
There you
need
go.
anything else.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
You
Well, someone
got you.
finally caught up with riffs. Hey,
Yeah,
Nice.
that's a big
Holy
fucking
crap.
deal.
it certainly is.
Yep.
Welcome
Mhm.
to the present.
Okie dokie. Are we all good to continue?
Yep.
All right.
Yep.
Sweet. So, first of all, we do have a new player. His user handle is Spiral, or Spirally Guy. We're just going to call him Spiral for the sake of simplicity. Say hello.
Hi.
Hi. And he will be playing a new character named, it's pronounced Lavin, right?
Lavin.
Lavin. Okay, harder A. Lavin. All right. When we last left off last session, the group was in the midst of trying to track down Al's sister, who left the safety of home to track him down, interestingly enough, by following a series of clues, mostly wrapped up in small stories in rhyme with a code hidden through them. And the last one led the group to Ishpeming, specifically to look for a man named, or someone named Basilisk at a place called Yearning. The group found out that this place called Yearning is a bordello. And Basilisk was the supposed Psy Stalker, who had a very scarred up face. Specifically, his left eye seemed to have been recently gouged out and replaced with a cybernetic eye. And they at least convinced him to hear them out as to what has happened to Al and where he might be. Because the last time they tried to talk with an old someone who said they knew her sister, which was that lady with the rose tattoo on her cheek back in New Laszlo, she was much more defensive. Basilisk seemed a little bit more carefree, and he was probably high on some sort of narcotic, so he was pliable. However, since he was at a certain den of iniquity, he asked the players to give him about 30-40 minutes, and then he'd go with them for, to listen to this proof of theirs. So, yes, unfortunately, Squee isn't here right now. He has suffered a little bit of medical distress. Nothing too serious, but enough to kind of knock him out of the session. So we're hoping for his very speedy recovery.
Mhm.
We're going to start the session, not with the group at Yearning, but it's pretty much setting up Lavin to get into the game, because it's nice to have the new guy, play as soon as possible rather than like showing up halfway through the session. So this is still in the city of Ishpeming, and Lavin, you are a headhunter. And headhunters get all sorts of bounties and contracts. And how they get bounties and contracts are through a variety of different methods. Sometimes there are secure radio channels in which contacts and contracts are brought up for meeting places. Sometimes certain bars or taverns, specifically like bartenders, kind of work as a go-between or an agent for people who are looking to hire mercs. Sometimes there are job post boards. The one in the state of Ishpeming is down by the coast at a place called Ekanaba, also known as Merc Bay, and that is the premier place to find merc contracts. But you're not there. You're not in Merc Bay. You're here in the city of Ishpeming. Sometimes it's just through word of mouth. I'll let you determine on exactly how you would have gotten this information. But you are presented with a unique job opportunity It's not a private contract. It's a government contract, specifically for the Northern Gun Corporation. Their loss prevention office is looking for you and looking for you by name. You know a few things about the loss prevention office and contracts for them. There's been some murmurs or rumors amongst the folks that you tend to fraternize with, or at least drink and work with. And contracts from the LPO, the Loss Prevention Office, are rare, high-paying, and very secretive. But they tend to be short and less dangerous than hunting down monsters. So what incentivizes this particular contract is that you are to a individual named Corporal Victoria Sandler at the southernmost security checkpoint. And if you get there within 30 minutes, you will receive a bonus of 20,000 credits. So, would you like to accept this contract?
Hello, can you hear me?
Or at least, yeah, I can hear you. Or at least
okay.
The meeting. No, I don't want to say it's a contract because it isn't an actual contract yet. But will you accept? Will you go to the meeting? Apparently, the 20,000 credits will be paid to you regardless of you accepting the job or not.
Well, you had me at high paying, but a bonus for showing up is even better.
There you go. Nothing like some bad. Nothing like some bad. Nothing like some incentivizing.
That's right.
So, you let's see here. How do you typically like to get around the city of Ishpeming? Do you have your own personal vehicle? Do you have your jetpack or
that would depend on if the jetpack was kosher in the city. If so, then that's what I've got. Otherwise, it would be public transit or a cab, I guess.
What a badass. What a badass. Just like, hang on, let me just get my jetpack.
Hey, man, jetpack's a jetpack.
You don't have to lock it up. It's convenient.
Yeah.
You know what? That's actually a good point. Jetpacks are permitted, but you're only allowed to fly at a down certain lanes and at a certain height, so you're not just flying, all over the place, running into people. So with that in mind, you are able to use your jetpack, and because of that, even though you have to follow certain lanes or certain areas of the city, fly acceptable areas of the city, you are able to get to the southernmost checkpoint, a security checkpoint, with 10 minutes to spare. You are introduced to Corporal Victoria Sandler. She is a woman in her late 20s or early 30s, brunette hair down to about her chin level, in a dark blue set of body armor with a black stripe down the center with the insignia of the Loss Prevention Office. She escorts you to a office nearby, which was typically used as an interrogation office for individuals going through the security point, but it is currently empty. She immediately pays you 20,000 credits on a cred stick, handing it right over to you. And the credits are in the form of Northern Gun NGMI trade credits. She then takes you over to not the actual interrogation room just yet, but aside to it is a small security room in which cameras that monitor the interrogation office are shown. She politely points over to the security cameras and she says, in order to have complete and utter transparency and complete privacy, there's absolutely no need for this to be recorded. In order to invoke some trust, I'm asking you to go ahead and shut down the recordings, and then we can have our meeting. I can brief you on the contract, and you can accept or reject it.
But she's asking me to shut down the recordings?
Sure, of course. Then at the very least, you will know that nothing's being recorded.
Well, so it's just on the camera, like I just go push the off button?
Well, you could. Do you have any sort of computer use skill?
I don't think so.
Okay. So,
I grew up on a farm. I don't know how to use a
you
computer.
did. Then she will patiently guide you through and be like, yep, it's just on that camera, that little red button there. Just wait until the blue light goes off. And it takes a couple minutes, but she's able to guide you through it. She sits down across from you in a sparse metal chair, a simple aluminum desk in between you. She sits down. You can see like a little area where handcuffs will be used to secure a person in your seat to the desk, but thankfully she does not handcuff you to the desk since it is a friendly meeting. And she runs a hand through her hair, and she says, before we get started, is it all right if I simply call you Lavin, or do you have a call sign or a formal name that you prefer?
I generally go by Planter, my last name.
Planter. All right. Mr. Planter, before I outline you the specifics of this particular contract, I have a question for you. I asked for you by name, and it's because certain words of your last job reached my ears, and it intrigued me. Is it true that your last job was a bounty on 2 broadkill demons that had been tearing up the northern Turig area that's just north of Ishpeming here? Apparently, 4 other headhunters were sent after this same contract, but after a period of 7.5 days, each and every single one of them gave up for various reasons. 2 of them lost the trail, while the other 2 said that the target was too difficult. But you didn't. Instead of going for backup or waiting for other headhunters, you, despite the danger, went ahead solo and persisted and eliminated both targets. I just want to hear from the horse's mouth, so to speak, if that's true.
Sounds like maybe what you heard was a bit of an exaggeration, but
Oh?
we can go with that.
She gives a laugh and she says, what was the exaggeration bit, at least?
Well, I can't verify what happened to the other guys on that mission. Maybe they left. I'm not really sure.
I see. All right. I understand. I guess them, they aren't of interest, not individuals who give up, but your persistence and your willingness to accept danger. Would you say these are accurate personality traits?
Yeah.
Good. Then I definitely have the right man. I'm going to outline the generals of this contract, and then you can accept or reject them. If you want to continue, I will go into specifics. Do not worry, you are not going to be held as accepting this contract until you actually sign an acceptance waiver. Understood?
Sure. Am I in a non-disclosure agreement for any of this, or?
We will get into that, but yes, there is most certainly a non-disclosure agreement.
All right.
She opens up her small personal computer that's in front of her, and she says, Lavin, your job is to offer protection to a group of high-value individuals for, as of now, an indeterminate amount of time. This contract does have a secrecy stipulation, and we ask you to not speak to anyone outside of the Northern Guns Office of Loss Prevention about this contract after its completion. Failure to do so will present significant legal problems on your account, but I trust that you'll be able to keep your lips shut. This job will pay 5,000 credits a day deposited daily into a secure account at the NGMI Central Back, which will only be accessible by you. And this will continue at 5,000 credits a day for as long as these VIPs require protection. I will let you know when the task is complete. Completion of the task will net you a 50,000 credit bonus. And if the results are deemed to be exceptional, there's most certainly potential to earn a permanent lifetime 5% discount on all Northern Gun merchandise. If, during this job, you do perish during the mission, your account at NGMI plus a 20,000 hazard fund can be paid to an individual of your choosing. With these general terms outlined, do you accept? May I continue into the specifics?
Yeah. What's the danger here? Like what do these people need protection from?
Well,
it seems like a lot of money.
It is a significant amount of money, and I'm very happy to go over the details. Suffice to say, there are 3 separate groups that might wish physical harm on these individuals, plus the circumstance and their importance merits the high price. May I continue then?
Yeah, I need to know more. Let's go.
Good. Let me continue to brief you on the situation. A month ago, a group of self-proclaimed adventurers made contact with members of the Northern Gun head office, more specifically, the New Technology Division. They claim to have had, and it was validated, that they had high-tech items, merchandise that were outside this current market. In the midst of negotiations, and after a series of unfortunate missteps by Northern Gun management, this same group, instead of selling their products to the Northern Gun, became affiliated with a criminal organization known as the Black Market. It's believed that the Black Market did end up purchasing these initial goods, and these same individuals are at least suspected affiliates of the Black Market. I have been hired to salvage the situation, and I personally believe that the biggest misstep was the Northern Gun management's initial decision to covertly monitor the group in the midst of the negotiations. They were to be protected using traditional cloak and dagger techniques. I have actually personally spoken to this group of few hours ago, and I can confirm that there is a high degree of resentment. So, your instructions is to not, under any circumstance, covertly protect the group. You are to approach them and to explain to them everything. Explain to them this briefing. Explain to them my intentions, and explain your role. It is imperative that open and transparent communication is the only way to demonstrate the Northern Gun's true trade interests. In addition, we believe that they still have access to additional high technologies, or at the very least, know of a route to get to them. This is why they are members of high importance. She then turns her computer, her laptop around, and provides pictures. Some of these are from a high angle. It looks like they're in an office environment. Some of them seem to be in a much closer angle, which seems to have been taken at the actual security gate herself. She says the individuals are as thus. First, the 3 core members of the group, which we believe are leadership and head spokespeople. They're the ones who initially did the trade negotiations. The first here is a man who introduces himself plainly as Al. And you see a picture of a dark-haired, well, you see 2 pictures. One of an elf that has blonde hair and one of an elf that has dark hair. But the facial features are exactly the same. She says he is a non-human, also known as an elf. He is known to have significant medical equipment with them and is the main voice of this particular group. He is the one who is the most stringent when it comes to espionage materials and frankly, he will be the hardest one to negotiate with. He has, other than that, his background is mostly unknown, assumed to be some sort of frontier doctor that is attached to this adventuring group. She then slides a picture of a young man with dark hair. One picture of him has some sort of strange helmet on. There's like lights on the side of it, and it's encompassing most of his head. But one of the pictures, the ones from the security checkpoint, also has him in what appears to be this kind of gold scale armor. And she says, this man is definitely known to us. His name is Patrick Kinsman, an actual resident of Lecree. He is the one who understands the specifications of their technologies. We believe he has some sort of mechanical or engineering background. Although not very talkative, we've been informed by one of the prime negotiators of the Northern Gun that he is a shrewd negotiator, especially when it comes to financial matters. She had personal dealings with him in Lecree and had attested that he has a combination of both wit and patience in order to get the highest possible price. She then shows a picture of a young man, probably in his early 20s or so, with dark hair. She says, this man was only introduced to us as Tom. He is also very softly spoken, doesn't talk very much, although he does seem to display some form of guilt. Most recently, when I said I met with these folks 2 hours ago, he assumed that they were going to be immediately arrested for their actions in Ishpeming rather than being suspects. So there's a real potential that he might be the moral center of this particular group. In addition, he's probably one of the more powerful psychics you'll ever come across. He is red-carded. I don't need to tell you how high of a security threat that is, but he has a self-proclaimed pyrokineticist, which means in a matter of a few seconds, he could probably level an entire city block in flame. So, he is one to definitely keep an eye on.
Wait. These guys need protection? The guy's a walking bomb.
He is. However, we believe that, and through his previous actions, he has actually displayed none of his pyrokinetic abilities while within Ishpeming itself. Even despite our unfortunate run-ins with this particular group. So we believe he has some method of self-control, and I highly doubt, at least I hope, that he has any intention of leveling a city block. But yes, he is extremely powerful, mentally speaking, and he was unable to be disarmed. But the rest of them, every single one of them, were not permitted to bring weapons into Ishpeming, and so which is why I'm hiring you. With the threats that are against them, it would be immoral of me to just let them pass on by. I will also outline a few other strong allies of the group, and she shows a picture of a blonde woman, kind of sharp features. She appears to be about maybe 5'10" or so, and she's in full body armor and what seems to be a large pump rifle on her. And she says this woman is known as Alicia Gray, a known affiliate with the group for at least the past while. Seen to be, I guess you could say, military strong arm, but she is not currently in the city. Who is in the city right now is a woman identified to us only as Mila, although she seems to have a few other code names or possible identities. It And obviously a picture of Mila shows up in a variety of outfits, like a sundress and body armor and like a man's shirt. And she says, it is very possible that this individual is the main espionage agent of the group. She is known to change identities often and puts on fake voices in this to mimic these personalities themselves. So she might be a difficult one to get a hold of. In addition, there is a young blonde man who is known to be tech savvy, who 4 years ago signed on with a mercenary group called the Red Suns. His name is August Keach. You'll see a picture of a blonde man with glasses. He's a known affiliate of the group, although he is not currently present in Ishpeming, in addition to 2 other non-humans. You see a picture of a large wolf-like DB, which he says, the only word that was indicated that might be this fellow's name is bear. He has maybe only said 3 words that we've been able to decipher, and we're assuming he is the muscle of the group, but he is currently not in Ishpeming. In addition, the woman there, the obviously some sort of cat mutant, and you'll see, pretty much a feline-like DB across the screen picture. This woman actually has absolutely no name, but she is also a known alliance. You might want to keep an eye out for them as well. Now, to go over the particular threats. Although it is true that this Tom does have extraordinary psychic abilities, him using them willy-nilly would not be best from a legal standpoint, and it has to be assumed that all these individuals will not be together all the time, and the element of surprise can definitely play a part in success or failure. So the 3 factions that are currently threatening this group from our intelligence is as follows. The first is the Coalition. Many of these individuals have outstanding warrants for arrest and, lack of a better word, dead or alive bounties. Specifically, the one named Patrick, the one known as Mila, the one known as Alicia, all have extremely high financial bounties on them. Although the government itself might not sanction an assassination or an abduction while they're in Ishpeming, since the political fallout for something like that would be astoundingly bad if they were ever caught, that won't stop the countless mercenaries who care more about credits than political borders. So it is very likely that mercenary organizations, if they identify any of these individuals, may try to kidnap or kill these individuals for the sake of the Coalition bounty. In addition, we also want you to know that there are some remarkable similarities in the ones known as Al and Tom. Interestingly enough, individuals with the highest bounty for the Coalition also have been known to go by the name of Al and Tom. However, the one known as Al is identified as a human with cybernetics, more specifically a cybernetic eye and a cybernetic arm. He was a former covert agent that masqueraded as a doctor. Tom, on the other hand, was identified as a young 16 or 17-year-old man with a pyrokinetic ability who is wanted for the destruction of an entire city and half a platoon of Coalition soldiers. He is currently number 4 on the Coalition's most wanted list. What is perplexing is that these individuals, who identify as Al and Tom, bear absolutely no physical resemblance. Obviously, the elf is a big giveaway, but even in Tom, this man is clearly in his early 20s, and unless he aged 6 years in one, it cannot possibly be them. The skeletal structure is completely wrong. So we have currently two theories behind this. This is either an elaborate disguise via some sort of high tech, although our scientists guarantee that something of that level would require someone to become a full conversion Borg with immense cosmetic influence, cosmetic influence that actually has not reached our current tech level and would take a matter of years to complete. However,
Though you did say that these guys have some high-tech gear, right?
precisely. And we
Right.
think it is very likely that there is some sort of cybernetic disguise at a tech level that is currently beyond our own. In addition, both Al and Patrick have been identified as magic users, and although the levels of their mystical power, we've been informed by our Stalker screening program, doesn't have the level of such high illusionary magic, we once again, since of their adventuring nature, must assume that perhaps there is a significant magical spell cast on to disguise these men. The other theory, which is one that I'm leaning towards since it is the simplest and most direct, is that these are imposters. These are friends or people that were hired that seem to have similar abilities that use the name Al and Tom to throw off the pursuers. After all, these coalition bounties are nothing to laugh at. But that is, interestingly enough, the least threat. The second threat is the black market itself. The black market currently is being completely beset by both our own Northern Gun Police Department and rival criminal enterprises. We believe that we have whittled them down to only 40% of their current power base in both leadership and in assets. In order to protect the current leaders of the black market, these criminals might decide to eliminate all loose ends. And since this group, after last month's escapades, we have to assume has been in contact with at least some black members of note and sold technology to them, it is very likely that the black market might want to try to eliminate these folks permanently. The final threat is possibly the most likely due to the unique situation these folks are in. It's an organization called the Hell Riders Corp. Initially, a few months ago, two street gangs, one known as the Hellscape, who were just drug dealers and low-level enforcement, and the Chrome Riders, which is a biker gang with suspected juice or chemical smuggling operations, have surprisingly merged together with new leadership from a small merc outfit called the Unwavering United Front. This amalgamation of all three groups has produced an extremely streetwise and organized vigilante force with military precision, and they have seemed to have been starting to solve crimes for us in a very violent and permanent manner. However, we have recently been shown evidence that these vigilantes, this Hellrider Corp, are not truly eliminating these criminal enterprises, but instead taking them over. The past 2 weeks, they have begun to overrun the simple, meager assets of the black market: body chop shops, brothels, gambling, and drug dens. In addition, members of the black market who have not been arrested by us or killed while being arrested have been known to actually defect to these Hell Riders Corp, which has strengthened both their intel and effectiveness. Since this group, these VIPs, have affiliations with the black market, it is very likely that these Hell Riders will try to eliminate them as part of their current power grab. This is an extremely tumultuous time, what with, she composes herself and she says, the Northern Gun prides its city on being crime-free, and this new flare-up is extremely embarrassing, and it's very likely that this group is going to be caught in the crossfire. I don't need to outline how valuable they are, not only because of past relations, but because of the potential future trade opportunity. Because of this, I am giving you full and utter weapons clearance. That includes the usual restricted ones of your vibroblade and other cybernetics. However, this is only to be used at your discretion and if you feel your life is in great danger or the lives of the targets are in great danger. Please don't give me too much paperwork with you whipping that thing out and slicing half of a gang to death.
Right.
She gives a smile and she says, before we finish off the particulars, do you have any questions?
I do. So I'm going to assume Ishpeming's already openly in conflict with the black market and the Hellriders Corps, right?
Absolutely. The
Now,
black market is an old enemy of ours, old criminal enterprise. About 4 years ago, we believed we actually demolished the entire organization, but appears that sections of it just fell asleep and began to rise up again. The Hellriders are a little bit of a trickier situation. They are vigilantes, and there are many members of the population that seemingly hide or lie to law enforcement in order to protect these folks. But yes, they're seen as criminals as much as the black market.
okay. Now, out of character for a second, I'm assuming Ishpeming and the Coalition aren't in open conflict with each other, or are they?
Of course, no, we are not. We are separate political entities, and we wish to harbor good trade relations with the coalition. We have no
Right.
interest in forming any sort of war, and hopefully them with us. Besides, they have their hands full with the Federation of Magic.
So let's assume a worst case scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Mercs capture us all, including me, and take us to the Coalition. I'm assuming you're going to deny that I exist and that this conversation ever happened. Is that about right?
She gives a small sigh and she says, that is a part of the secrecy agreement. I assure you, though, that any money that you would have made will be passed on to a loved one or a dependent.
I have neither.
Well, then
I
I
take
can
that
go
risk,
towards a charity of your choosing. But the important thing is not to get caught. I am a resource for you, so if you do feel that the coalition is involved, not just mercs working on behalf of the coalition, but coalition agents themselves, then you may notify me directly. I will give you an encrypted radio signal only to be used in emergencies. And I can bring it up to the higher ups, which can produce some political pressure and hopefully, with the right time, cause the government of the coalition government to back off.
Okay. The next question would be priorities.
Yes.
Is there any kind of priority for this group of people? Like if it comes down to protecting one or the other, that type of situation.
The three that I outlined as possible leadership, Patrick, Al, and Tom, since they were the prime negotiators and seemed to be the vocal a part of the group, should take the highest priority. Amongst those three, she says, Tom and Al, only because of the strange situation that we talked about of their identities. If it is high technology that's masking them, that's disguising them, keeping them alive will allow us to determine it, if they ever wish to be forthcoming with that information.
Okay.
Once again, that is not our end goal, to harass or to pry apart the secrets of this group. Your goal
secrets.
is to simply protect them. Simply make sure while they're in Ishpeming, doing what they need to be doing their own personal business, that neither of these three factions or any other group harms them. I took away their weapons, and I'm giving them you.
Two more quick questions.
Of course.
Now, you want to restore negotiations with them to get at their technology,
That's
Am
the
I-
long-term goal.
but you don't want me to rob them blind or anything like that.
No. Under no circumstances are you to acquire the technology yourself. We have only interest in trade with them, which means them bringing it to us and we giving them goods and credits in exchange.
Okay. What if they leave the city?
Once they leave the city, we'll reassess the situation. It might be the end of your contract. It might not. We'll see how things go for the next few days.
I'm in.
Excellent, she says. And she produces a digital pad, which will require your signature, or if you can't write, a voice confirmation. She also hands you 3 bits of information, all of them pretty much the same thing in different ways. It's an authorization to use restricted weapons while within the walls of Ishpeming. One is a voice recording of her saying that you're restricted, so you can present it to anyone who cannot read. One is a official digital copy, and one is an official written copy on paper in case someone can read but does not have access to a computer.
Okay. My character can read, so I just sign.
Oh, fantastic. Wonderful. Oh, wonderful. You sign it up. She says, wonderful. At midnight tonight. She, of course, gives you also your account information over at the NGMI bank, so you can have access to your funds. She gives you the bank account and the security information that's necessary for it. And with that, she says, they last
Are
bit
they
of
expecting
intel.
me?
No, they are not. I have not. This decision was made an hour and a half ago after serious consideration on my part. So they are not expecting you. In fact, they are, from what they told us, this may or may not be true, but they're apparently hunting down a lost family member within Ishpeming. I suggest you look around.
Well, I'll let you know in advance.
Mm-hmm.
Diplomacy and negotiation isn't exactly my strong suit,
That's
but
fine.
I'll do my best.
That's more than fine. I don't need you to negotiate. I don't need you to be a charmer. I need you to be protection. Just tell them straight up in as polite a way as possible and be their bodyguard.
Okay.
Okay. So with that, she'll escort you back after herself turning back on the cameras so she doesn't have to go over explaining it with you again. And after a brisk shake of the hand, she lets you go. Now, I'm going to be a bit cheatsy in the narrative. Now, out of curiosity, I'm just looking at your risk character right now, your skills. Do you have Streetwise? You don't.
No.
That's okay. Because through the power of the plot, we're going to say, obviously, just so we can get, the other characters in on this, right? Because, oh my God, it's been an hour.
It's been a while, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
There's a lot to go over with our characters.
It
Don't
has,
worry about it.
hold on, just really quickly. It has been 48 minutes, and how the fuck did she have so much information on us?
I like the information
shit?
about me. The information about me was the best. I was like, yeah.
Government. At least it was entertaining for you guys to listen to. But I can't tell you. All I can say, it is completely in character and completely in world. She doesn't know it for the sake of just knowing it. Even though the Loss Prevention Office sounds like a silly name, it's actually a big fucking deal for the Northern Gun. It's like their elite unit.
So it's basically the CIA for Northern Gun.
A private CIA, kind of.
Oh God.
Special Agent Mila.
Dun, dun, dun,
Dun,
dun.
dun, dun,
Okay.
dun.
Now
But
I
anyway.
really regret this whole black market deal.
So for the sake of the plot and everything like that, we're going to say, and stop me if you think this is completely out of character or whatever, Spiral. But Lavin would ask around, maybe show a couple photos to passersby, go to known locations where adventurers would go to, ask questions, bars and pubs and taverns and info terminals and whatnot, right?
Yeah, I think looking for an elf would be the easiest
Yes,
thing, right? Because how many elves are there?
precisely. Not very many. There are not very many DBs in general, even in Ishpeming, but especially elves, right? So that sticks out for a lot of folks. And give me a moment here. Oh, okay. Burn's just gonna be a BRB. Oh, which sucks because you're gonna run into Tom.
No.
So before we do that, then let's just zoom the camera over to Patrick and Mila and Al, but he's in NPC mode, right?
Mhm.
Up at the top of Yearning, Basilisk asked to give you about 30-40 minutes or so. So he's off in the other rooms, and you still have this lovely, plush sofas with women in variety of silks, wonderful paintings all over the place. The both wine and fruit and cheeses are provided to you complimentarily speaking. Is there anything you guys want to discuss in character or do up here while you're waiting for Basilisk? If not, no big deal, but I gotta give you guys some agency, right?
Yeah. I think Ellie would look over at Patrick. So, what exactly is the plan? What are we gonna do after he's done? Whatever it is he's doing.
I'm not entirely sure. Depends on how trusting he is. Really, we have all the information. It just depends on how much the person really wants to take it.
It didn't work so much last time, but I mean, Ellie kind of rubs the back of her head. I guess maybe we could try the truth again and see how well that works.
Honestly, I'm not even sure why we didn't try to take a more direct path, but I mean, this works.
I mean, yeah. Ellie glances over and then crosses her arms and will sink back into the plush chair
Patrick,
to the point where she's just almost completely submerged into it.
It is a very soft chair.
She is a very tiny woman.
You're not tiny. You're like 4'3".
She's curvy, but she's short.
Okay, that's all right. That works.
She's not 4'3", no, but she's on the shorter side.
Yeah, she is petite. Okay, anywho.
Sorry about that.
Burn is back. Okay, is it okay if we switch focus back onto that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so Lavin, asking around folks, especially about the elf, at some info terminal. Actually, you come across a dog boy who is still kind of currently wrestling. You remember this guy?
Yes, our new companion.
Yeah. Oh my God, no. He's kind of wrestling with the info terminal since he can't read and he's not doing well with the coloring, the color buttons. But you talk to him, and he mentions that this group, especially this elf and this young woman he was talking to, are heading off to a bordello named Yearning because apparently the elf's sister works there. But Dog Boy kind of laughs and says, I know people like exotic tastes, but I've never seen, an elf whore. And he kind of gives a bit of a laugh. So, with that information, is it fair to assume that you'd head over towards this bordello?
Yep.
Okie dokie. And while doing so, now the bordello is next to a tavern nearby, and there's a big glass window in front of the tavern itself. And then you see folks there drinking and eating and whatnot. And instant recognition of one of the people that's in there. The guy who you described in your words is a guy who's a fucking time bomb. Individual named Tom is there having a drink and having something to eat. Is that fair enough to assume, Tom?
Oh, yes. That is specifically what he would have done.
Oh. So he's eating like a nice pulled pork sandwich. And would you have an alcoholic beverage or a non-alcoholic one?
Since he did just make a big deal about being 17 in the previous session, in order to keep the continuity, I'm going to say no, non-alcoholic.
Okay, all right. So like a cider or something like that then. But yeah, you see one of your targets right there.
Okay.
Eating away like it's nothing. What would you like to do?
So, Tom, you see a tall, skinny guy. Looks pretty rough. Messy ass brown hair. Looks like maybe he tried to shave a few days ago, but did a really lousy job. Comes up and sit down beside Tom and order a whiskey on the rocks. And say, "Hey, you, Tom."
He is going to stop chewing, put his sandwich down, and turn very slowly towards him, because he did not use the name Tom at any point in this entire city.
Yes, you did.
Stay cool. Stay
When
cool
did I do
there.
that?
Literally.
I don't remember
Sorry,
doing this.
we're gonna slip out of character because I was afraid of this. I actually went back to the past recordings, and you know that guy, that Watts fellow that you were negotiating with
Yeah?
for Northern Gun? You introduced yourself as Tom.
Thomas Blacko. Right. Oh, okay. That's
Anywho,
right.
sorry. So back in character. Sorry, Lavin did say, "Well, keep your cool." Quite literally.
Mm-hmm.
Let me continue.
Which a character is supposed to signify that I know what I know, right?
Oh yes.
Stay cool, quite literally. I'm no trouble.
Tom is looking past you towards the door.
Bartender brings up that whiskey you ordered.
Oh, wow, service.
Mm-hmm.
I like to. What is it, like 5 credits for whiskey? A credit for whiskey? I don't know. Give them those money.
Yeah. I'll take that. With a smile. Head over to the end of their end of the bar.
So I've been looking for you for a while here. Your friends nearby?
He is going to swallow the sandwich that he stopped chewing and start coughing really hard.
This is amazing.
Somebody mentioned to me you guys maybe have some problems. Expecting some trouble.
Okay,
in the, city
look,
here?
I don't know who the hell you are, but just say it, okay?
I'm just here to help you out. You know?
Help us. With what?
Well, do you have some problems in the city? Was my information wrong? Somebody's paying me a lot of money that says you got problems with the city, so if you don't, this is gonna be a real easy job.
Okay, this is great.
Maybe? I'm not, and he's going to flounder for a while.
You might not care so much, but I hear they took your buddy's guns away. I know that feeling.
He's gonna look even more worried because he probably wouldn't realize that this guy means when we came into the city. So now he's trying to figure out who took what guns? What is going on?
Okay, so out of character, you said they gave me full weapons, so like rifles and whatever, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I've got like a rifle on my back, and before I sat down, I put my jetpack down on the ground beside me, and it's like, yeah, see, the city here has some interest in making sure you guys don't have any trouble, and I'm in charge of that.
Now you might notice that there's about a half dozen people in the bar, and they do definitely take glances. Some of them worried. So when they see Levin come in, like with weapons on him, this also might be the correlation why he got such speedy service from the bartender. But who knows?
Yeah, I'd be in full armor too, except the helmet. No helmet.
Yep.
So, you're here to look after me. By the northern gun.
Yes. That's about it. Didn't I say that?
Okay.
So,
He's gonna slowly turn back to his sandwich and pick it back up. Do you mind if I finish this?
no, where's the rest of your crew?
They're busy.
All right. I just chill out and keep drinking whiskey until Tom's done.
Wonderful. Oh, sorry. Go continue.
Tom will finish the sandwich and then push the plate away and then just stare at the counter, contemplating his life choices until now.
Okay. All right then. So, both Tom and Lavin, I'd like you to both roll me a D100. Lavin, I'd like you to make yours easier by 20, and Tom, I'd like to make yours harder by 20 because you're staring at the counter. Yeah, so you roll 1d20. Oh, actually, sorry, you have to type /roll and then 1d20 minus 20. Yeah, there you go. Okay.
Oops, I did plus. This should be.
No, you didn't.
No,
you did minus.
Yours
No, you
is
did
correct.
perfect.
Yours is correct.
Well, I'm looking at Tom's. I see.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because he had to make it harder by 20, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Lavin, your bionic eye, in particular, first picks up some movement across the street. At first, it seems innocuous, but thanks to your briefing of this information, it makes you a little bit more aware, and you're able to suss out what's going on. Across the street appears to be a nondescript black van that's driving on by. Down the road, no big deal. Except that same van comes by a second time, this time heading from south to north. Before it was going north to south. And now it's going north to south once again, and it stops on the other side of the street. It unloads 4 individuals who seem to be in plain clothes, 1 woman and 3 men, all seem to be in their 20s or so. One of the young men has blonde hair that's standing up really straight, and he has like gaps in his teeth, like he's lost a few teeth. Otherwise, the rest of them seem pretty clean cut, pretty average. And they all leave the van, and they begin to kind of separate a little bit and kind of mill about the opposite side of the street. You also are able to investigate this further and notice that from time to time, they're bringing their hands up to their ears. You can see their mouths moving a little bit, very subtly, but you do see movement. It's probably helpful because of that magnification on your cybernetic eye to confirm this. Is there anything you'd like to do at this point? Yeah, go ahead.
Look at Tom and say, well, that was fast. I think there's some guys out front that might be here for you and your compadres. Now, out of characters, we're in the bar, and next door is the brothel. Is that how this is?
Precisely. It's a long, tall building with kind of a secure front with just like a little metal slider. So it's not like there's big signs that say like brothel. But
right.
I mean, it's subtle. But yeah, next door is definitely the brothel.
Okay, so again, looking at Tom, like, you know, if there's like a back door out of this place, or where's your friends at? I think we should be on the move pretty quick here. And I kind of like try and subtly nudge my head over towards, the bad guys.
Tom's gonna look over towards the bad guys and go, "You need them?"
Well, you're not sure if you see bad guys. You see like some people across the street.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just being subtle. You're the counter starer, dude. But you follow his kind nudge, and you do see some people across the street that weren't there before.
So do you know you've been here? Is there a back door? Can we go to the kitchen or something?
Well, we kind of need to stay here. Unless, well, I guess we can go, but they're next door.
Okay. Should we just head out the front door, go next door, grab them, and see if we can go out a different way from there?
You see the blonde man with the spiky hair and the missing teeth. He's beginning to cross the street, but he's not going towards the bar, towards your direction. He's headed towards what appears to be the building next to the bar itself, and he seems to be reaching at something in his front pocket of his hoodie.
All right.
So, I'm still going to assume he's here for you guys. This is not a coincidence, and he's going to the other building.
Not another damn coincidence. Okay, look. I just met you. You're supposedly here to protect me. Should we go out the back door? Maybe. Barkeep?
Barkeep swivels around very quickly, a big mustachio gentleman. Yes?
Is there a back door out of this place?
Well, yes, but that's employees only. It goes through our kitchen. Why do
If you don't want your bar all shut up, take us out the back door.
Oh, damn!
Roll me D100, please, Lavin. The barkeep takes one look at your armor, another look at your jetpack, and a much longer look at the rifle strapped on your back, and he says, all right, follow me, he says as he gets back behind the bar and gestures for you both to follow him.
Okay.
He weaves you past... Oh, okay, wonderful. He weaves you past a couple of, what do you call it, booths, past the washrooms that the little bar has, and through the kitchen. You see a couple startled cooks kind of ask the barkeep what's going on. He kind of gestures for them to be quiet. And sure enough, he does open up a back door into a alleyway. Now, this is still like in the middle of the afternoon, maybe, or this is right around noon in the afternoon. So it's perfect daylight outside. You see a big green dumpster on one side and a back alley along the entire long building. Now, towards your right, you can kind of see the corner of the street there, and towards the left, you can kind of see the back of the building that would have the brothel on it. What's interesting about that you notice at glance is that there is no back entrance to that. There probably used to be a door, but it's been completely bricked up. And even the fire escape has been eliminated. And all the windows from the first to the fifth floors have been boarded up.
God says, F you, players.
No. God says, this is an illegal brothel, and we don't want anyone to peep in or go through the back door.
Basically, yeah.
Peepers.
Yeah, this is a criminal enterprise. They're being careful. Mm-hmm. So yeah, only one way in, one way out. No one looking out windows. And besides, you can bust through anything if you want. I gave you fucking MDC gear. Another one can set fire.
I don't want to blow up a brothel. That's so...
I know, it's
cool.
Rude. Where are they going to fuck? All right.
It's distasteful.
Okay, Tom, you got a radio or something? You can talk to your guys. Any way to communicate with them right now?
Yeah, I do. He will take out a radio and plug in what looks like a set of earphones, but he doesn't put them around his ears. He puts them on his throat, and will talk into the radio on our private channel.
Hold up 1 second. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but as you're plugging it in, both of you hear a sudden small bang. Explosion. Lavin, because
Draw.
of your mercenary background, you recognize that as a door breach charge, a small explosive used to blow open doors.
And I'm assuming it's coming from the brothel side, right?
Bingo, the front on that brothel side. You hear a bang and a couple shouts. Now, I'm going to let you guys finish your current actions, and then I'm going to switch to Patrick and Mila, who will have also heard that bang. So, but first things first. Sorry, Tom. You plug it in, you hear a bang. What do you two do?
How tall is the brothel?
It is 5 stories tall.
5 stories? How many whores they got in there, man?
Well, they only use the top 2 levels.
Hey. 5
Well,
stories
you don't know
of
that.
pleasure, okay? It's a tower of pleasure, okay? Relax.
Well, I'm just going to wait for Tom to get in contact with him before we do anything.
Okay.
Yeah, Tom...
And I did hear you correctly. You did get kind of low to the ground, too, right, Lavin?
Oh, yeah. As soon as... I think it would be just instinct. You hear bang, you drop.
Sure,
right.
yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. That makes sense.
Tom will not drop, but he will kind of turn towards the sound and go great as he thumbs the speaker on the radio.
Okie dokie. Question. Patrick or Mila, would any of you have your radios on to your, group frequency at this point?
Nah.
Okay. Patrick?
I don't think he used it for any other sort of means, and he would usually have it on.
Sure.
Being more of the Boy Scout of the group.
Definitely. Okay, great. So, you guys are in the midst of waiting for Basilisk to, finish what he needs to do. Well, not needs to do, what he chooses to do. And you're in the midst of, I don't know, drinking some wine or eating some cheese and fruits or just talking amongst each others. And when all of a sudden, from below you, outside, street level, you do also hear a small popping bang. It doesn't sound super loud from your location, but it does almost sounds like a really, really loud firecracker going off, if that helps. Mila, because of your super sensitive hearing, you pick it up much clearer than Patrick, but it's a loud noise, so it's not that hard to miss.
Yeah.
A few seconds later, Patrick, you hear Tom on the radio saying...
Looks like you guys have company. We will be... Well, I met a friend. Looks like you guys have company. I will be...
Once he says you guys have company, I shut the radio off.
God dang it. Okay, so you guys don't hear this, but Tom would have said, you guys have company. We'll be heading up there. Try and get Basilisk out there as soon as you can. If you are able to find Basilisk, hopefully we can get to Jalea really quickly.
Once you have company, Patrick would probably scramble it off so it makes less sound and go to be like, it looks like we're going in for battle. I don't know what's going on.
What are you talking about? I mean, I heard the thing, but everything seems okay. She kind of peers around, and this doesn't look like
Patrick grabs her. Just drags her over to another corner.
Sure. You move over to the other corner, and while you're doing this, the actual bordello brothel itself is also a flurry of activity, since the folks there also heard the noise. Most of the women around and the woman who's barkeeping kind of look around like, oh, that was a strange noise. What's going on? As soon as you're done moving Mila from one end of the room to another, one of the doors to the back rooms kicks open, and you see Basilisk dressed in nothing but a yellow towel around his waist. His eyes are wide. He goes, God damn it, that's why Rubio called in sick today, that fink. And you can see his pale chest is filled with scars, like of variety angles and shapes and whatnot. And in fact, Patrick, I just want to kind of review your skills here real quick, but do you have anything in regards to recognizing cybernetics at all, do you think? Any sort of skill in regards to that?
I actually, besides robot mechanics or electronics, know nothing about cybernetics.
All right, no big deal then. The only thing that you notice is that where his sternum is, you see a very, very, very pale, like yellow light kind of glow underneath of his skin, which is a little uncommon.
Is that the blonde guy? Or sorry, who are we talking about here?
We're talking about Basilisk, the guy that went
okay.
to talk, the bald
Yeah.
Psy Stalker, who's this contact for Jalea. Anyways, he comes out dressed in nothing but a yellow towel. He goes, shit. And he looks over to Patrick and Mila and
She
Al.
waves.
And he kind of gives a sneer and he says, sorry, I was told that this might happen, and I'm not going anywhere until this place is completely safe. It's kind of part of the whole deal I made with these folks.
Okay. We are kind of without means of protection.
He goes, yeah, don't worry. They got this place layered up, he says. And he gestures for you two and Al to follow him as he heads over to the ironically, it was where he is nearby where he was lounging, but you guys moved to the other side of the room, so he moves you back. And behind one of the paintings themselves, he tears it off the wall, and sure enough, you see a wall safe. He takes a few seconds to he pokes at the digital code box a little bit. He goes, shit, what was it? What did you tell me? Yeah. And he finally punches in the right numbers, and it opens up. And it's no great big arsenal. It has 2 pistols, a vibro knife, and what appears to be some sort of sword, which, Patrick, you do recognize because you guys have a copy of it, or at least one of them. It's a Techno's Wizard device that seems to have a simple silver handle, a single wire that works as the blade with a gem on the tip of it. That, catches fire when you want it to. He grabs that and he gestures to the 2 pistol and the vibro knife, and he goes, you guys can have that. One of those was Rubio's, the other one's mine, but I'll take an extra hand in a gun than anything else.
It's if we need to fight back in the situation. Hopefully we're untrained and would probably.
I'm not much of a fighter.
Well, then get the hell out of the way, Basilisk says, and he roars out, that's for all of you to the back rooms now. For those of you who don't want to fight, get out of the way, keep your heads down. During this commotion of people starting to move and whatnot, the bartender, the woman who's working behind the bar, seems to get in a bit of a panic, and she drops quite a bit of the glasses and the alcohol that she was serving. She ends up cutting up her lower legs and her feet very badly. Al, seeing her in serious medical distress, kind of scoops her up and says to Patrick and Mila, and he says, I'm going to just bind her up real quick, make sure everyone's safe, and then I'll be out here to help you, okay? And okay. And he
Patrick is actually fumbling with a kind of looks like maybe a flashlight. More specifically, he's fumbling with his distance finder.
Okay. All right. Excellent. With that, Al takes he takes the woman into the back room, and before we put Al out of the scene for right now, while he's doing his thing, he still has his radio on. And Tom, you hear him say, Tom, we understand. It looks like they're coming up here. At least that's what Basilisk thinks. He doesn't want to leave. He's staying here and fighting. Something about it being a part of his job. I'm tending the wounded up here. Patrick and Mila are up here. But I'm afraid I don't think running is an option right now, unless you can think of something.
Fine. What floor are you on?
Well, we're on the top floor, he says.
We'll be right there. So, he's going to turn over to his new friend, buddy, pal, friend of mine, with your jetpack. Do you mind going up to the top floor with me?
Okay. I'm going to switch us over the roll 20. Like I said, map, but we're going to kind of open up the whiteboard, so to speak. So, we have the old icon still. At least there's Patrick hanging around.
Yeah.
Need to, like, going on, I can draw it out for you. But right now, we're still good in the old theater of the mind. So, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you there. You said, hey, buddy, with your jetpack.
Let's go up to the top floor.
Which top floor? Okay, I look up. Do I see any windows from the back side of this thing up there? I guess they're all boarded up, even up top.
Well, yeah. Well, roll me a D100, please. And are you using any special features like cybernetics or anything like that?
Well, I have a telescopic lens, so there wouldn't be any mistakes on that. Otherwise, I don't.
It's fair to assume that you'll be using that.
Yeah, otherwise I don't think anything that could
Okay.
help detecting glass.
Go ahead and roll me a D100 and make it easier by 10 because of your...
Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
I did pretty good.
You did good. You did good. Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just getting all our little tokens up. I'm missing someone. I'm missing Patrick. You zoom in, and sure enough, initially you're right. It does appear that from your current angle, all the windows are boarded up. However, one of them that you notice, the one on the corner of the building, on the corner of the side. So actually here, let me just draw out the building here real quick. So if this... The green section is the bar, and the red section is the brothel. And we're looking from the top down, right? So there's 5 floors, and this is the back alley. All right. I'm going to put it in blue. It's at this corner, the very, very top. You notice quite a few of the boards have been weathered considerably, and they don't look like they have been changed in quite some time. In fact, from where you're looking right now, they look pretty half-rotted. So that seems to be the weakest boarded-up window. In addition, you do know that there is a roof up there, and you think you see the silvery tip of maybe some sort of vent, but from your angle that you are on the ground, it's hard to confirm that.
Okay, I scoop Tom up in my left arm and head up to the 5th floor around that corner and get a better look.
Okay, so you mean like engage the jetpack and fly up and get a better look at like...
Yeah, take a look at the vent and the boarded up window and see what the...
Okay. First things first, what's your physical strength score?
The cybernetic arms
Yes.
have a score of 18. My score is only 11, I think, or 12.
No. The arm being 18 is significant, and that's robotic strength. So, Tom, he grabs you by the side, and you can kind of feel the like vice-like robotic grip of his bionic arm, and he has you pretty secure. Out of curiosity, though, Tom, are you wearing any sort of armor?
No.
Okay,
Just
no
normal
big deal.
clothes.
Okay, great. No, that's less bulk. That's actually kind of good in this situation. You hear the roar of the jetpack as you begin to hover.
Here's where I crash.
No. There's no need to do a special piloting check for something as easily as flying like 40 feet into the air. Whoop-de-doo, right? That's not hard to do. More piloting check is if you're doing something really tricky or under a lot of duress, right? So yeah, the jetpack engages. You hear the whoosh. Your feet, both your feet, leave the air. As sure enough, a few seconds, you rise up and you get a closer look at your new vantage point around the 5th floor level. This close, Tom, you can also see the rotted boards as well. In fact, now that you're so close, you can actually see, like, through some of the cracks of the split wood and everything, you could actually kind of peer and see some light inside. And you definitely see that there is a very simple single pane of glass separating you from inside. You don't see, I mean, the crack isn't big enough. You don't see any movement going on in there, but there's definitely a light on inside. In addition, since Lavin is definitely tall enough, and so is Tom, hovering there, you have a better vantage of the roof itself. It seems like a simple tarmac roof, and there appears to be a large kind of vent system that is... if we look at the roof here, I'll just put it in gray as well. Like a kind of a ventilation system there, which has a bunch of grates and whatnot in it. Venting out.
I don't understand. Is it like big enough for like a person to get through?
Oh, sure. Someone who isn't bulked up in a lot of power armor or something like that, but. I mean, Tom could easily fit. For Lavin, you're a bit bigger, bulkier, you got body armor on. It'd be kind of a tight squeeze. You might have to mash your way through. But Tom could slip in, no problem.
Okay.
As long as you pried open the vent.
I'm gonna drop Tom off on the roof and try and bust my way through the broken up window.
Okay.
I'm not even gonna say anything.
You're not even going to say anything. Okay, so Tom, you immediately get dropped off on the roof there. And now just because I like to, in these situations, switch focus, because I want to touch base with Patrick and Mila before the next kind of event happens. All right? So this is still now a few seconds after the initial explosion inside the brothel, Mila, Patrick, and this is when. So soon after, Al departed, and Basilisk showed where the weapons are. He says, "All right," he says, "Up to you. We can either fight in the tight confines of the hallway, or we can lure them out here into the main reception area and duke them out there. My suggestion is, since we don't know what's coming, maybe we set up an ambush."
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Patrick then goes, I can whip up something, but this is very sudden. I'm more concerned about hurting somebody I'm not supposed to.
Patrick, look at me. I believe in you.
Well, how magical.
Okay. So where would they be coming from?
Well, only one way in, one way out. He points over to the door to the stairwell, which you guys entered. In fact, you know what? For the sake of simplicity, let me there's going to be like an outside-inside situation here, but let me also detail what's going on here so you have some sort of reference. So here's Lavin about to smash through there. And there's our good friend Tom, who's dropped off on the roof. And now let me just kind of copy the general outline of the bra. Actually, wait, no. We don't need to show the inside of the bar. So underneath the map there, you're going to see another red square. That's our brothel.
Okay.
Okay. So let me just outline the important areas. All right. This kind of blue is like the stairwell. The stairs going, up and down. Oh, God.
Beautiful.
I know. So that's like going up and then going up to the 5th level here. Okay. This is exciting, I know. Exciting drawing faction. Oh yeah, I can hear it. I can hear your excitement.
Yeah.
Oh, this is so awful, but I'm freehanding it. Whatever. So there's the door. Right there, that red square. That's the
Okay.
door into the stairwell. This is the stairwell here, right?
Okay.
This is where you and Patrick are here. And this is just the reception area. This isn't the entire brothel. This is just the reception area. You and Patrick and Basilisk are just right here. This is kind of where the little safe is. This is the bar. These are doors to the rooms in the back. And we got sofas and tables and shit like that. But that's just miscellaneous furniture that we can use if the situation allows. Okay?
Mhm.
All right. So yeah, now that you kind of know acquainted, so Basilisk, points over to the only entrance to this 5th level, the doorway, and he goes, well, right there.
So what's this again? Is this the bar?
That's the bar, yeah. Here.
And this is the door. Is there anything like in this area? Or like over here?
They like to keep it pretty open to welcome guests and whatnot. So really, honestly, other than just some paintings hanging up and some furniture nearby on the, addressing the walls, there's nothing really else of note.
Is the couch attached to the floor?
No, it doesn't seem to be. It seems to be.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's several couches too. There are probably all in all about half a dozen of them.
Okay, so
2
sorry.
corner couches and about 4 straight couches.
Ellie is fuck these weapons. Who cares about weapons? Ellie don't need no weapons. She's
Sure.
gonna grab the couch and she's basically gonna start lining them up along here for like a defensive wall.
Oh, nice. Okay, excellent. All right, we're gonna say that takes, because we're not technically in initiative just yet. I'll have us roll for initiative once combat becomes a more second by second thing.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so Ellie, you quickly, with what helps is your insanely high physical strength due to your mind over matter implants. So you pick up these sofas like they're extremely light. They're extremely easy to move around. They're more bulky than anything else.
Yeah.
So it takes you about 15 to 20 seconds to grab about 4 couches and to line them up between the bar and the wall. And Ellie has now created a small barricade and a level of cover, which actually goes up to probably about chest height. So it will protect those behind it. It will protect like a good 60% of your body. So you'll be considered to have like 60% cover right now.
Woo.
Yeah, which is great. And in the meantime, while Ellie's doing that, Patrick, what would you be doing? Or talking out your plan or whatever, while Ellie's doing her thing.
Okay. Hopefully they won't be in high damage armor. I'm not entirely sure if we can entirely take them out that way. If we do, but if they don't, if they have any sort of opening on them, as he looks towards the bar, I could probably make something with these as he wanders over and looks at the bottles and things that are around.
Okay. Basilisk kind of gives a bit of a laugh and he says, I like it. I really like it, but you better hurry. don't think they're going to take their time. And with that, we'll finish up here with Patrick and what his goal is. Then I'm going to switch back to our good friend Lavin and Tom. And eventually we'll get everyone on the same page. Maybe we'll see.
Yeah.
So I would like everyone, with the exception of Ellie, to roll me a D100, please. No bonuses for anyone. Oh, wow, Lavin.
Jesus. My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
My goodness.
I
good
hacked
man.
roll 20.
Roll 20 hacks. Tom's pretty good, too. I don't know if it'll be good enough for that particular thing, but at least it's not bad. And no luck. Okay. So, oh yeah, thanks for drawing that in there. All right. So, Patrick, you see, with the exception of some broken bottles and some glass near the eastern side of the bar, where that barkeep ended up cutting himself due to the initial panic of this, supposed attack and Basilisk barking out orders. You see that the bar behind is well stocked with high whiskeys and vodkas and spirits and beers. What are you thinking of doing?
Probably. No, he wants to keep this place sound for the most part. So what he's most likely going to do is, since he noticed that these glasses are fairly jagged in most cases, is probably not going to do full on. Wait, what is the materials of this place? If it's metal, it should be generally fine.
Well, it's hard to tell. A lot of the decor is kind of it's wooden floors, but it's hard to tell whether there's like metal underneath of them. Oh, wait a second. There is a way to find out, because skill checks you have architecture, do you not?
There is no architecture.
There
is something for.
Oh, you have archaeology and anthropology.
Yeah.
This is.
I wish there was. I wish
an
there
architecture
was
one.
Yeah, there is none, sadly.
Okay, so this is what we're going to do. We're doing a combination of archaeology and mechanical engineer. All right.
Okay.
I want you to roll both. Because it's a hybrid one, I'm not going to have any penalties. Just let me know how much you succeed by on each, and that will modify your how much you know of this, stressful in this midst of this stressful situation. Wow. Okay. So that's archaeology.
Yep. And this should be the other one. Okay.
13. Okay. So most of your knowledge of this comes from your knowledge of pre-Rifts buildings. You do know that Ishpeming itself really likes to fashion its architecture based on the classic buildings of the Golden Age of Man. And if they're doing that, it means they're going to be using high-impact high alloy metal structure to hold up most of the building. And more than likely, they wouldn't be making something, especially 5 stories tall, with like a wood structure, right? So it's very likely that the wood paneling on the floors are just a facade that is probably metal underneath, and the reinforcement of the building itself is probably metal as well. Very likely. You are 98% certain of it.
Okay. That's most of my checks anyway, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, what he would most likely do is he would just do some classic Molotovs, because he's not thinking like he's thinking he does not have much time.
Sure.
And he's taking the first idea that comes to his brain.
Okay, yeah, that is very true, because there isn't very much time. You begin to grab some old dish rags and whatnot to act as igniter for the Molotovs and begin to making them quickly.
Mhm.
Now, Mila
Yay.
and Lavin, both of you hear it. Lavin, yours is mostly because even over the subtle roar of your jetpack, just the way it kind of echoes down the hallway, and maybe because you have mentally you're primed to recognize this noise. And Ellie, entirely this is because of your super hearing. You hear a series of sharp, suppressed shots coming from a rapid-fired weapon, like a coming from the front, and you also hear a strangled groan and the sound of someone falling to the ground.
Patrick,
Yes.
hurry.
Okay.
Like, did that sound like it was coming from outside or like on the first floor?
It sounded like it was coming maybe outside and the first floor, maybe by that entranceway, maybe not. It's definitely the front of the building. You heard it echo through. It definitely didn't come from the 5th floor, which you're just about to barge through. Tom. So now we're going to switch to Tom and Lavin so they, can act for the next little second, and then we're going to get like right up in sync. But Lavin, you're about to burst through the door, right?
To the boarded up window, yeah.
Not the door, the boarded up window. Great. Before I resolve what happens there, because you're going to be inside the brothel now, and this will be really interesting. But Tom, what would you like to do at the top there?
Well, you see, until those noises, I was planning on just going into the vent. But because of those noises,
But you didn't hear any noises.
I didn't hear any noises. Just Lavin and
only
Mila.
Lavin and Mila.
Okay,
yeah.
Then through the vent. I would like to pry it up and go through.
Okay, what's your physical strength?
My physical strength is 15.
15's pretty good, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll me a D100, please.
Okay. 45.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's definitely enough to... it was a 5 times challenge, so you had to get under 60. No, you actually had to get under 75, so you're good. Yeah, sure enough, you find like a pry... you pry loose a section of the actual vent itself, enough for you to kind of slide on in, and you are now kind of inside this small, cramped ventilation system. You hear below you some small cries of confusion. You hear Al's voice trying to calm people down and saying, like, no, just breathe deeply. It's fine. It's just a little bit of blood, everyone. We got this situation under control. And, so on, things like that. That's coming from, like, directly underneath of you.
Okay.
You can go forward a little bit and turns around the corner right a little bit, and behind you it seems, if you look behind you, you strain to look behind you. In the dark, you see the glow of daylight, and you can only assume that this vent continues on to another external vent outside the building itself.
Yeah.
So all this vent really does is just... So it looks like you can only really go around that corner, wherever that might lead.
I'd like to go around the corner.
Okay, all right. Now, for my favorite part, which is people bashing through windows and shit.
Bouncing off and falling 5 stories.
Woo!
Maybe. We'll see.
Let's hope for that one.
It is going to be a simple D20 roll, please. So roll that, and I'm going to say because of your bulk, because of the rottenness of the wood, and it's only a single pane of glass, and you're in full body armor, I'd like you to add a modifier of 8 to it. So roll 1d20 plus 8.
Well, actually, my body armor is only 11 pounds.
Sure, but it's made of like
45.
Sure, but it's MDC body armor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's pretty hard. So it's not heavy. It doesn't have a lot of heft to it, but its hardness is pretty high.
And I assume I'd try to like use the cybernetic arm to sort of Like
Oh
give it
yeah.
a bash on the way in, kind of thing.
Oh
and-
yeah, that's a good idea. You know, add another 2 to it. So add I didn't consider that. So yeah, roll 1d20 plus 10. Oh yeah. So
or minus
you
10, I guess. Or
no,
plus
no. You want high. Yeah,
minus
D20s you
right.
want high. D100s you want low. Typically, 99% of the time. So you gear up. You gear up just a few feet, and then you bash right on through, and a shatter of glass and wood and lavin come plunging through the door. Now, thankfully, you land immediately on a nearby bed that, thankfully, until very recently, was occupied. But due to the commotion, everyone gathering into one particular room, there's no one else there's no one else in the room. It's a small bedroom lit with red lights. There's kind of silks hanging all over from the ceiling and everything. You kind of land on the bed, and do you have any sort of acrobatic skill or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay, so I'd like you to roll me D100, please.
Well, I have athletics. If that.
Oh, wait,
comes first.
athletics helps. Athletics helps. Okay, roll me D100. Oh my goodness, you're kicking it. So you kind of like roll onto the bed, and you quickly tuck and roll, and you're able to get back on your feet in one single solid fluid motion. Mila, Tom, and Patrick. From this direction. Oh wait.
Ambush.
From this direction, you hear and something heavy thumping through.
Great. The dongos.
Tom, you do hear the crashing noise, but I mean, I think you can put 2 and 2 together. What's going on?
And is that a door?
Yeah, I definitely can.
Yeah, that's a door. Yeah, that's a door there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I could put two and two together.
Are there any other couches?
No, you
that could-
used all the ones over there. There's only like
Um,
2 more couches, and they're like over in this direction.
All right. She might try and peek under the door.
Basilisk says, "Yeah, good point. Check it out. We're gonna keep an eye on the door." Mila, do you want to like peek through the door, like open it up a crack and take a peek?
Sure. I'll try opening the door first and peeking in.
All right. You open up the door. You take a quick peek, and you see through the red light. You see a man. How tall are you, Lavin?
6'4".
Oh my goodness! You see a
Jeez.
tall man in body armor and a jetpack with a rifle on his back.
Uh-oh.
Collecting himself. Yeah, I mean, Lavin has a few seconds to collect himself, and then he's going to do something.
Does
So
he
I'll kind of
see-
leave this scene open to you guys.
Do you happen to notice the door opening, Lavin?
I don't know. Well, my question would be, even if I did, would I recognize her? So
Well,
quickly.
not if she's just peeking, right?
Hmm.
Like if you're just opening up a crack and peek, then I'm not gonna have, unless you guys really want to roll. I'm gonna leave it up to your character to decide whether you spot them or not.
I don't think I noticed.
Okay.
I just
yeah.
flew through a thing, and yeah, no.
She's gonna close the door and look over at Patrick and say, "Patrick, hurry! There's someone in there."
And you begin to hear thumps up the stairwell. In addition, you hear now everyone, with the exception of Tom, because he's in the vent, hear more suppressed shots, and this time a much louder yell, like, "What the fuck? You can't!" And more thumps and suppressed shots. Now everyone's gonna roll initiative.
Before we start this, can I just go to the washroom, grab a
Of
drink?
course.
Yeah, I'm gonna
take
grab a
break.
drink, too.
Yeah. Bathroom break before sweet ass combat.
My initiative.
All right, Riff's initiative. Okay, no need for Al.
Forget that guy.
No, he's doing stuff, other stuff in character. Tom's there. Patrick's there. Alicia isn't there. No bear. I love how there's a Mila and a Nora. Oh, that doesn't make much sense. No more Lugaroos, no more Witchlings. Yeah, they're all gone. All right. No Blink. She'll go down to the bottom. Mila will go to the top. Oh, hey, we'll use Lavin for this one. I don't know how many attacks he has. I think he has 4. We'll ask when he gets here. And everyone's gone.
No time.
Oh, not birthday boy. She just got really quiet.
Oh boy.
But this
Yeah.
actually gives me a chance to roll initiatives for all these guys and get, things set up on my end.
Mhm. So, yeah, just for everyone's, like, general inquiries, like, the thing about what Patrick's worried about using the pistols is he's worried about if there's any particular need to shoot while there's any sort of person nearby, he's not going to trust himself to be able to not hit them.
Oh, just a heads up, those pistols were SDC pistols
Okay.
with slugs, not laser or plasma or ion or anything like that.
Cool.
Hey, while you're here now, Spiral, I believe your character has 4 attacks per melee, right?
No, only 2, I think. I just have level 1 hand-to-hand expert, I think is just 2. Unless you get 2 plus what the hand-to-hand gives you.
No, you don't. You don't have boxing or anything like that?
Nope.
Okay, great. Just want to make sure.
Oh
Yeah,
no, I
it's-
forgot my drink.
That's fine.
On my birthday, of all days, you forgot your drink.
Don't worry. Don't worry. You'll get more attacks per melee like when you level up, and it's not going to take long for you to level up with this group.
Yeah, no, I'm cool being.
Well, the best thing about this is that 15 seconds is still 15 seconds, right? Attacks per melee is really like strikes and parries and dodges and shit like that.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty familiar with how the combat works. I'm good on that, and I don't mind being the noob. Although it's pretty funny that the level 1 character is assigned to protect all these level 9. What are you guys, 9, 10?
Tom
trust me.
is level 11 right now, nearly level 12.
Yeah, that's funny.
Well, first of all, no one in Rift really has their level over their head. And second of all, a level 12 guy, regular Patrick with no weapons whatsoever.
Are you kidding? Patrick would kill me with his rangefinder.
Well, that is fair. But I have 21 SDC, so I'm still as squish in this situation.
Sure, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
I'm super squished too.
No, you're not. You
That
have
was
Bull-
a lie.
Bull-
That was
Shit.
a lie. I lied to
You-
you and you didn't buy it because you're God.
Liar!
Oh, and of course, wait a second. I gotta put in Basilisk. So
The new fan favorite.
I might as well ask while we're messing around. Those guys weren't wearing body armor or anything. Were they just suits? It looked like.
It just
Was it?
it just looked like they were wearing. Well, it looked like they were wearing regular clothes, but they were awfully baggy.
But I'm assuming MDC body armor's pretty.
MDC body armor you cannot conceal underneath clothes.
Yeah, there's no
Right,
way.
okay.
Although ballistic vests and whatnot could.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they do not have. You're the only one right now who has MDC armor.
Yeah, and I didn't really think about what weapons I brought, so I'm just gonna try and be fair on that.
Yeah, that's all I ask. That's all you need to be is fair. Gesundheit. All right, so I'll have everyone roll initiative, please. I've already rolled initiative for all the baddies and NPCs.
I rolled.
Yeah, I
Oh,
rolled.
you did?
Yeah, I did before I left.
I
Yes,
Yeah,
put
wonderful.
mine in.
can you link me to the initiative?
Oh.
I already put it into the Rifts chat in Discord. If you like,
Here it is. Okay,
would like
and there
to-
it is in Skype.
Thanks.
No problem. Yeah, jeez, Mila.
It's almost like I don't battle good
Okay.
ever in
No,
my
you-
entire
you-
life for the rest of my.
You do fun things. See, that's the best thing. It's not really people call it attacks per melee, but really it's actions per melee, and you can do all sorts of stuff, even in a combat situation.
That's right. I got a fort. Where am I?
A what? A fort? Okay, you're gonna fill that in. So you got a 7 spiral.
Yeah, I put the 7 in.
Oh, good.
The other thing I mentioned before I wasn't wearing my helmet, but now I'm thinking about it, and I have no possessions or home or anything, so I would have to have it like on my belt or something.
Sure. Also,
Wow.
to protect you from going through all that glass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could
don't know.
imagine like he drops Tom off and he has to, put his helmet on really quickly before he actually goes through.
Sure,
Hovering
makes
there.
sense to me. Yeah, and the helmet's just kind of like hanging on your belt on the side or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that works for me, if that works for you, Spyro.
Yeah, no, because I think I live in a tent.
Yeah,
So
Nice.
So-
Oh boy. Oh, you're gonna
Nice,
love our digs.
we'll see. All right. So, top of the initiative order, Tom.
Oh.
You can say you. Oh wait, no, that's
No,
not the
it's
top
not-
of the
it's
initiative
not-
order. I didn't
it's
sort
not
any of this
sorted.
shit. I am awful. I am just a turd. All right, sort
Aw.
range. Call. Yay! I did it. Oh, Basilisk is first.
Mhm.
All right. He's Basilisk. Oh, I should get a little icon for him, shouldn't I? No, I won't. We're gonna just do Theater of the Mind. Fuck it. Basilisk vaults on top of the bar. Even though he steps on some glass, he shrugs it off. Although you see him like react
him.
to it, obviously, and he is now pressed up against this wall. And you can kind of see the sword in front of his bare chest, and he hasn't even lit it up just yet. But he kind of gives Mila and Patrick a knowing nod, and he gestures over towards the door, like with his head towards the door, where Mila spotted the other man, the man who broke in through the window, and he says, "I got these guys. You get him." And we're gonna say that took him a few seconds. We'll say about 5, so that'll take the equivalent of about 2 of his actions. And you continue to hear thumps up the stairs. As Ellie, Patrick, you can hear this. It sounds like, I don't know, maybe half a dozen feet or so coming up the stairs. A quick estimation. All right, Tom. We
Yes.
can say you don't have to be like right at those vents, because obviously Lavin burst through the window in the same time, and the others got to act a few seconds before combat. So if you want to be further down the vent, you can be before we get started here.
Oh yeah, I would love to.
Okay, so you crawl through the vent. You can't go super fast because it's kind of tight confines, but thankfully, you're not the biggest guy in the world. You're also not the smallest. So you can clear pretty much about, I'm going to say, about 20 feet or so per action. And we're going to say maybe at the start of this combat, you've just reached around the corner here. Is that fair?
Sure.
Okay. So you kind of just reached around the corner of the vent itself, and you see extend. You can see the vent now extend further on, and it kind of stops. Give me a moment here as I get the right line here. It kind of stops not at the wall, but just before the wall, and you see another vent in the floor, like not in the floor, at the on the ground. Okay, how do I describe this?
On the bottom.
Yes, on the bottom. Bottom. On the bottom of the vent, you can see another opening. Although where you are right now, you can't really peek through.
Okay.
You're too far away. You are approximately about 35 feet away.
Okay.
So what you like to do to use your actions?
I would like to move forward towards that vent.
Mm-hmm. All right, if we consume 2 actions, you can get right to the vent and peek through.
I would like
for
to
you?
do that. Yes.
Okay. You shimmy through the vent itself. Now, Ellie,
Yeah.
you have very good hearing.
Yeah.
And are you going pretty fast, Tom?
Yeah, pretty fast, getting kind of winded, and every once in a while, when he gets stuck, he says, "God dang it."
Oh my God. Okay, never mind. Patrick, roll me a D100, please.
Okay.
You have to get like under 70. Never mind. Okay. You're busy, making Molotovs and shit, right? Things are getting weird. Also, thank you for the little icon for Basilisk with the smiley
No
face.
problem.
Mila, if things couldn't get worse, you hear above the ceiling in this general direction, like metal thumping, like someone's going through the vents, and you could swear you can hear a voice say, "Oh, God damn it." Now, I'm going to leave it up to you. You have extremely keen hearing. Like, I can't, estimate this too much, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you've traveled with Tom for quite some time. So it is reasonable to expect that you recognize Tom saying "God damn it" in the vent. But I'm going to ultimately leave it up to you, which I might want to, which might be risky because you're such a troll and you like drama. But
Criana.
Let me just say, he's in a vent, and his voice is probably echoey.
Okay,
it's
that's true.
probably hard to discern that it's Tom.
You know what? Good point.
She could.
And it's just a quick phrase, and he mumbled it.
Yep.
Okay.
So so she is just which direction, by the way? Is it like from here to here across, or is it?
It's going this way. The vent.
It's going. Oh, okay. It's going this way.
And the noise, and the noise is coming from like that way to that way.
Okay.
From south to north.
I'm just trying to. Could I have control of Ellie? I just like.
Oh,
I'm keeping
sorry.
No, that's okay. I just want to keep track because I'm so bad at theater of the mind that this is very helpful for me.
Okay, I'm glad this is helpful for you.
So she's over here and she's holding the door handle. Is it my turn or?
No, not yet. No. I'm just saying because Tom's going through the vent. I just want to I just want you to know you can hear it.
Ah, gotcha. Okay,
although I'm just going to resolve what Tom sees in the vent, and then it is going to be your turn next. So we'll hold off there real quick. So Tom, you get to the end of the vent, and you peer down, and you can see through the slats itself what appears to be a stairwell. You are approximately, we're going to say about 8 feet above what appears to be a series of stairs. And at this vantage point, you can also hear heavy boots shuffling up the stairs. Not shuffling, running quickly up the stairs. Okay. Ellie.
Yeah.
All right, now it's to you.
Ellie is going to bend down so she's kind of more obscured by the couch.
Sure, actually, if you're bent down completely, I mean, you'll probably be completely obscured from
Well-
the vantage point. Mhm.
But the only thing is, she wants to keep grasping the door, so at least her arm would be most likely
okay.
visible.
Sure,
How's she gonna be able to get out?
She's gonna hold that
Oh,
door
this is
shut.
Oh my God, this is gonna be amazing. One door. By the way, just for the reference of Patrick and Mila, Al escorted all the other ladies, the non-combatants and whatnot, into this room.
Oh, good.
So there you go. All right, that just takes like one action for you to prep yourself, and
Mhm.
you're there. Okay, more thumps come up the hallway. They're getting closer and closer. Patrick.
Ooh. Right. I know everything is generally time sensitive.
Mm-hmm.
Patrick wants to cast a spell.
No, that's fine. You just use half of your actions.
Right.
So, what spell are you going to cast?
I'm going to cast good old Armor of Ithin.
Oh, that's handy. All right. So, after moving your hands around an incantation and saying the mystical words, suddenly it's up to you what
Hold on
color it
now.
is. Oh, Jesus. Oh,
Oh.
I'm sorry. Okay, what's up?
I'm casting it on other.
Oh, on who?
This
Basilisk.
it's either going to be Basilisk or Mila.
Okay.
How is Basilisk armored at the moment?
He is wearing
A towel, I
thought.
A towel.
Well,
So nothing.
out of the two, I don't really entirely trust him. I do trust Mila a ton, so I'm going to do that for Mila, actually.
Oh.
Okay. Mila, around your body is a soft, we'll say blue light work for you, Patrick?
Yes.
A blue light begins to shimmer around your body as a mystical armor begins to cover you from head to foot.
Hmm.
Okay, so that's your action. Lavin, what would you like to do? You hear
Okay,
commotion.
I don't-
Go ahead.
I don't know how thermal imaging works. Can you see
Oh,
through heat through walls? Like, could you identify
Yes.
how many targets in a room, kind of thing?
you better believe it.
Okay, well
Now-
that would seem the obvious thing to do is to look what's in the next room with thermal or the.
Oh man, sweet ass thermal imaging. I keep forgetting about all these cool toys. Okay, let me just quickly check the range on it. 2,000 feet. Oh my god.
God.
Okay, so you switch on the thermal imaging. So I'm going to explain to you what you see, and this isn't going to take up much of an action at all, right? So you could do something else in addition to this, right? So you turn on your thermal imaging. This is what you see directly to your left. In what probably is a couple rooms beyond.
No,
you
wait.
see
To
a
my left
cluster-
is. Let's orient. Am I facing towards the
Sure,
door?
Sure. Actually, let's just orient you here in the brothel proper. Let me just continue to go on the whiteboard. So this is the room that you burst through. So this is you in here on the bed there. Okay, well, not on the bed. You're standing up now. Okay, so directly, you see the arrow that I'm pointing?
Yeah.
So directly to your left, you see a collection of probably about 12, well, yeah, you have to estimate 12 to 15 individuals huddled up in the room, kind of packed tight, with appears only a couple of them standing while the rest of them are kind of keeping low, crouched to the ground. You do see one of them with a slimmer physique pressed up by the door here, kind of obviously readying himself for something. Directly, while you're still looking in that direction, you see a figure high up in what might be like, it's above this, like the roof. So it's between the roof of the building and the ceiling of this floor. So it's someone in the vent crawl. Same level, you see someone directly behind the door there, pressed up against it. And you see two other individuals, one standing near the center of, actually, he's about 10, 15 feet behind the person by the door, and another person standing off to one side by a wall. You also see further down, looking down 2,000 feet through the building itself. It's a little bit muddled, but you see it clear enough. You see 4 figures moving. They seem to be on floor 3 right now. You also see the fading thermo images of 2 individuals much lower, one by the second floor, one by the first floor, and their vitals are like fading and their bodies are cooling, for lack of a better word. Because they're filled with bullets. But you can't see that. But that's all that you see in the building with your thermal imaging.
Okay, and the only way to know to my room is the window I busted in the door, right?
Yes. Unless you want to start busting through walls.
Yeah, I'm not sure I would.
Oh, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm trying to think because
Oh, okay.
I would
Take a
know.
moment to think. It's
I would
okay.
have no idea who's on the other side of that door.
Sure.
Could you see the physique?
Sure, you can
But
tell
what does that
the
mean?
height. Well, like the height of them.
I mean, you see like a short blob that's like
kind
down.
of a short hot blob. The physical
Well,
beauty of that blob.
Yeah,
is
you can
really
tell
high.
that through heat signatures. It's
You
right
can
in
tell
my
it's a
character
woman.
sheet right here.
What kind of door is it?
Seems like a very simple. Actually, no. Because of your thermal imaging, you can see the coolness of steel. Even though without the thermal imaging, it appears to be a wooden door. So it looks perhaps it's a steel reinforced wooden door.
Okay, well, I guess I'm gonna try and open the door, whichever way it opens, with my the cybernetic arm because I'm a
Okay,
weakling.
this is going to be amazing because this is robotic strength versus augmented strength, and you guys are pretty much completely even, which is hilarious to me. Because Mila's augmented strength is higher because you have like a physical strength of what, Mila? Like 21, 22?
My physical strength 23, yeah.
23, yeah, which is very high. But your robotic strength is 18, but the robotic strength is a little bit higher than, just a teeny bit higher than augmented strength on the whole scale of it, right? So you guys are dead even. So what we're going to be doing is an opposed roll, which is like just pushing and letting someone through the door. So Lavin, I'd like you to roll a 1d20. And Ellie will roll a 1d20, and the highest wins. Now, it doesn't mean it pushes the person completely. How much you beat the other person depends on how much you push through, right? So go ahead. Both of you roll a d20. Okay, 11 got 11 and 10. Okay, but he only beat by 1. That's not a lot. So, Lavin, you're able to push through on the other side, and you're able to open the door a foot through while you're still pushing and straining against each other. Would you like to say or do anything while you're pushing through the door?
Maybe just say like, I'm with Tom.
Oh, okay. We'll have Mila react on her turn. More thumps up the stairs. Basilisk takes a look at Patrick and the spell that he says. He gives a smirk and he says, "Not bad." And with that, he closes his eyes and his sword catches flame. And he continues to stand there at the ready. More thumps up the stairs. You can hear that it's very close now. And Tom, you can see the top of a blonde head begin to emerge from the stairwell going up.
Okay.
Tom,
all right.
You only see the top of the head, though. You don't see anything else. Like, they're just getting up.
Do I recognize the haircut?
It's blonde and spiky.
Blonde and spiky. Okay. Well,
It's the guy who was crossing the street before, you know, the bang and the pew-pew and the screams and the oh no, I'm dying.
And the hey and the hoy.
yeah.
And the hey and the ouch now.
Oh, yeah.
How big is the stairwell?
Big. It is about 10 feet wide, 10 feet long, and 8 feet high.
8 feet high. Okay.
Yeah, so you're 8 feet from the stairs, height wise.
Okay. I'd like to do a fire eruption.
Oh my god. Okie dokie. SDC or MDC?
Oh,
This
SDC.
is very important.
I'm not.
Okay,
I'm
good.
not going to blow this entire, staircase to shit.
That's probably good. All right. So
I just want to deter this guy and surprise
okay.
him.
Okay, I understand. Now, where would you like to center this eruption?
Oh, on the middle of the staircase, and just make it wide enough to cover this whole thing, so he would have to either go through or already be in it.
Okay. All right. Now, is this the one where you have to do percentage to see how on
Yes.
point you are?
Yeah.
All right, roll it.
All right, my skill percentage. 69 out of 80. I succeed.
Heyo.
Hey, yeah.
Yeah, by
that
11.
makes Criana happy.
Ah. 69 in a brothel. Ah.
Oh, well, it's appropriate, I guess. Anywho, all right. So, how tall do you want to make this column of fire?
Oh,
I know how wide you want to make it.
10 by 10 by 8. The dimensions that you gave me. Just the entire thing.
Oh, so you're filling the entire fucking stairwell.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Oh, goddamn fucking bursters. You're the best. Okay. No. All right. This is important, just so everyone sees this too. Well, only a few people will see this. The stairwell erupts in flame, in controlled flame, but orange and red flames fill the stairwell, and you hear a shout of surprise, genuine surprise, from a voice down below. Lavin, your thermo imager on fucking this side is now just all super bright. You can't discern anything anymore, right?
Yeah.
It just got real hot real fast.
Basically,
You can still see from here onwards, but even where Basilisk is, just the surrounding heat is just too much for you to discern his heat signature now. Yeah, we'll have the other guys react to the you can, and we'll say even Patrick. Mila's probably concentrating so much on holding the door there for now. But Patrick, you can see a few flames kind of flick outside the doorway, which was left open when you first entered. So that's Tom's action.
I should also
Ellie.
mention that because this also halves my actions, that was the last action for this round.
Okay, great. Awesome. Ellie.
So he said that he knows Tom, or
Yeah.
what did he... Yeah.
Well,
I said with Tom. I'm with Tom.
She'll hear that and be like, Blink, is that you? And she'll kind of poke her head in the little opening there.
Okay, all right. You poke your head in, and Lavin, you see the blonde head of Ellie, which you were briefed as Mila, kind of look up at you and ask you that question. Big old blue eyes. It's not Blink, by the way.
She will pull on the door again.
like push it shut.
Yeah, whatever, push or pull, whatever, to get it closed.
All right, another opposed check between you two.
Well, I'm not gonna. On my turn, I'm not gonna hold the door anymore.
Oh, okay. If you're not going
Anyways,
to hold the door
so
anymore,
she
then
closes
the
it.
door's okay. Yeah, we'll just say you close it.
Woo!
All right, that's your
Well,
action.
she's crouching, right? Was that how it was?
Yeah, she was crouching. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch the door. Leave it. I'll leave the door.
Okay. Oh boy, I think I know what's gonna happen next. All right. So Ellie, we marked off your action. You hear shouts. You hear some shouts from the stairwell. They seem to be shouts of surprise, and then you hear a low, gruff voice bark out orders and says, "Put on your masks and go through." And that's it for their actions. Patrick.
Patrick is going to be casting Armor of Ithan, or Ithan, or whatever it may be called.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be doing on... give me a second to remember his name. Basilisk, there we am.
Yeah, Basilisk. Okay. You will use your last actions there to cast that. Another blue light surrounds Basilisk, intermingling with his yellow towel, and he gives a big smile at you, and he says, "Thanks." Lavin.
I'm going to take out my vibroblade and cut the top half of the door off, and then cut it off the hinges.
Oh boy.
Okay, so you don't even need to roll to strike, because you know exactly where she's crouched. So up above, we're gonna say maybe about half a foot above where the doorknob is, just to be safe. Is that fair enough? Lavin?
Yeah, like I definitely don't want to hit them because I don't know who it is.
Yeah. So you'll. Okay.
Or no, I do know who it is now. I saw it was Mila, right? Okay,
Yeah,
but anyway, I don't want to hit her.
Yeah, you don't want to hit her. that you will fail. We'll just do it from Mila's perspective because it's comedic. Mila, about a half a foot above your head, you see a vibroblade shoot through the door and then immediately slice from left to right with a creak. The upper half of the door falls backwards. And Patrick, to your left, you see a fully armored, tall man with now an extended vibroblade from his cybernetic arm. Look through. There you go. You got a clear line of sight of what's going on.
And he's wearing MDC armor? Or
Yeah.
That, if I remember correctly, yes.
Oh my god. This is terrifying.
Yep. I guess I should let you have control over your token too.
May I
take
a free action to poop myself?
Yeah.
Sure.
Mila
Sure.
joins you in that, or Ellie?
Sure, pooping all the way.
Hmm.
Basilisk takes a listen to. He also notices what's going on there too, and he gives a roar and he says, "You fucked with the wrong brothel." It's going to take him 2 actions to do this. Oh no, don't take the bar with you.
Yay!
Oh shit.
Okay. As he goes to leap over the barricade, moves behind Ellie, and takes a strike towards you, Lavin, with a flaming sword. Now, before I do that, I need to roll his skill check to get over the couch because we have to be fair. All right. He makes it over, but he stumbles a little bit, which is probably exacerbated by some of the glass in his feet. So he's actually going to be a penalty to strike at you, Lavin. So he doesn't get really good footing when he gets off, and his strike is more wild than anything else. But it's still towards Lavin. It's not towards Mila, thank goodness, even though she's ducked underneath there. So I'm just going to give him a penalty. So he only has right now just a +1 to strike you. So that's an 18. Since you used all your actions, the only defensive action you have with you right now is to parry the blade. Would you like to parry?
Yep.
Okay. Go ahead. Roll your parry. Roll a 1d20. Add any parry bonuses and try to beat an 18. Unfortunately, you're not able to bring up your vibroblade in time after cutting it from the door. So your armor, your body armor, takes 13 MDC as a fiery slash courses across the chest of it.
Okay.
Unfortunately, in all the excitement, Basilisk didn't hear the "I'm with Tom," and he doesn't know who Tom is, and all he knows is that they're coming in from both sides, right?
Yeah.
All right, so that the only people who have actions left are Ellie and some other people. All right, Ellie, what would you like to do?
Well, Ellie's kind
You're
of
kind of stuck in the middle here.
kind of is stuck in the middle of this situation. She's gonna. Okay, does the door? How does it open? Does it go?
It pulls towards you.
Oh, pulls towards me. Okay, that doesn't
Yeah.
help. She's gonna.
Well, you can squirm to one side and try to open it up. You can like press up against the couch barricade that you made.
She's gonna do something a little crazy because that's in character.
Yeah, and the crazy shit is the fun shit in playing in these games.
Oops, I can
That's
move
the
that.
bad. That's
Yeah.
okay.
Ellie is going to get up to her feet.
Uh-huh.
And she's gonna try and leap over Lavin to get
Wow.
behind him.
All right. Okay. In order to do that, we're gonna have you do a skill check, kind of leap around it. You do have acrobatics, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just look at your character sheet real quick here.
We wouldn't even have to open the door, right? Wouldn't you just leap through the opening?
Yeah, that's the idea. But I'm just trying to think of how difficult it's gonna be because she's not very big, but you're really tall, and she's gonna kind of like slide above and past you. It's gonna be a tight fit, but it's totally
I'd like to
possible.
say that she's also not wearing armor, so
That's true. It's only magic, so it helps. Okay. Good point. Really good point. Okay, that does affect the modifier considerably. Oh my god, you have 98% skill on this shit.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to make it harder by only because, there's swords coming through and it's a tight space. Originally the modifier was going to be harder by 25, but you're right. You're not wearing any armor to hold you back, so it's going to be harder just by 15.
Okay, 15.
Yeah.
Right. So bam. Oh boy.
Nice.
It was a fair thing, right?
It's totally
Okay.
fair, and it's crazy.
Okay, it is crazy. So what's even funnier is that Lavin has Amelia headed straight for his face. Can we say like her hip or like thighs hit him like in the face?
Is he wearing his helmet or?
Yes, we
Yeah.
Oh, he is wearing his helmet. Okay, yeah. Great if I accidentally kicked him.
How does your thigh hit me in the face? I'm trying to visualize this.
Okay, well she's okay.
Talented.
Okay, no, wait. I'm trying to think. Okay, so she's gonna try to dive through above him.
Right.
So
Was she trying to get around me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought she was trying to
Around and above you.
Yeah. Try to get above you.
She's like going like whoop, and in the meantime, her thigh's gonna strike you in the face because she her head and her chest and her stomach got above you, but her legs.
Her legs just kind of knocking.
I smacked you a little bit. We'll resolve that when it's your turn. We're gonna just say that consumes the rest of your actions. Is that okay?
That's cool.
Unless you know what, you do have enough time to get up from because you would have landed like on your side, right?
Yeah, sure.
So you have enough time, because you have enough actions left. You can get up from the floor and collect yourself after that.
Okay.
Actually, let's just resolve Lavin getting hit right now. You have athletics, which gives you a sense of balance, if I'm correct. Some sort of sense of balance, right? Let's find out. No, I don't want a copyrighted material. This is stupid.
It's copyright.
All right. No.
Gymnastic and I think acrobat are the
He has
ones that give you.
athletics.
Yeah.
Oh, you're right. Okay, just roll me a straight D20, Lavin. Sorry, D100, not D20. Okay, no, that's good enough. You're sturdy, you're tall, you're in armor. She is light and isn't within any armor, and she's pretty lithe. So she kind of smacks you in the helmet, but not enough. Maybe you rock back on your foot a little bit, but you maintain your sense of balance, no problem. All right, top of the order. Let me just X out these guys while they're doing what they need to. Basilisk has no new information, so he's going to bark out to Patrick. He's going to say, keep covering that door in case they come through, as he takes another. He grits his teeth, covering this blue shimmering magic armor. He takes another strike at Lavin. I was not anticipating this, but the situation calls for it. Now he's been able to collect himself, so he's going to get his full bonus. Okay. What would you like to do? Now that you have some actions left over, Lavin, because we're starting a new round, you can do a simultaneous strike. You can try to dodge out of the way. You can parry, and that doesn't take another action. You can do something else as a defense, if you want to think of it.
I got a match his 15 to parry?
Yeah, you got to match or beat it. Yeah.
Fuck.
I know. Blame Patrick for turning off the radio too early.
He wasn't on my list. I don't recognize this guy, right? He's just some
you
bad
don't
guy.
recognize him, although it's clear that he's in cahoots with Patrick and Mila, though, because they're working together.
Right, he's telling Patrick what to do, right?
Yeah, he's telling Patrick what to do. He obviously isn't taking a strike at Mila, so he's obviously on their side.
Okay, yeah, I'm just going to stay defensive. I'll try and parry it.
Okay. You do this time. You swipe and strike the flame aside. The flame is licking to the side of the doorway as you push it out of the way. All right. That's Basilisk's action. Tom?
Yes?
You see, first of all, how much damage do you take going through that flat fire?
4d6 SDC. Should I roll it?
Can you roll that 4 times for me, please?
Sure. I'll do that. 4 times?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2,
Okay.
3, 4.
Oh. All right. Thank you. All right, making some notes here. And in fact, because of that, you see dark shaded figures going through the flames itself. You see 2 of them kind of stumble, and they're in there so far, but they kind of somewhat blindly push through the flames. Patrick, Lavin, Basilisk, Ellie doesn't see this. 3 figures burst out through the door. They're all wearing what appears to be like helmet, like gas mask protection gear, and many of their clothes are on fire, and they're currently shedding their clothes, their hoodies, their flannel shirts, their pants even too, to reveal a set of body armor, what appears to be some sort of ballistic body armor underneath of them. But this is taking actually, now that I think about it, for them to run through the shed their clothes, this is literally taking all of their actions. And the 4th guy is still in the fire because he did not do so great. So yeah, that's what you see. You see 4 figures. Oh, and also they have semi-automatic weapons in their hands with silencers. So yeah, and they're all here. I'll make little circles when it's my turn. But Tom.
Okay, so can I see them from my vantage point?
Not now. No, unfortunately, the vent doesn't allow for it. All you can see is that... Well, you can still see one figure in the flames there that's still pushing past. But he kind of got lost in there. But
okay.
You don't see anything else, no. You just know they pushed past, that's it. Obviously, too, you hear grunts of pain and quick, breaths and whatnot. They're not doing this perfectly silently, but they are surprisingly disciplined.
Okay.
To run through the fire like that.
Could I make some kind of check to try and determine how far away they are from the fire? Oh, wait. No! I know how I can determine where they are.
Great.
Their clothes are still on fire, correct?
Yes, they're stripping off. Yeah.
I would like to use sense fire to locate where they are precisely.
Excellent. You're able to do so.
All right, and because of that, I would like to possibly burn another action to
Sure.
super
I'll allow
fuel
it.
flame
Oh
and
my god.
increase where they left to where they are now. So it's
God.
still
So,
on
like,
fire
the-
here, but like there's
Yeah.
an extra bit where they are.
Okay. Oh, I thought maybe the flames that are on their clothes you're fueling, but no, you're fueling the fire that's that's here in the stairwell.
Oh yes. So
Oh my
they
God.
epically they leave the wall of
Oh
flame. They
my
start
God.
undressing and whoosh around.
You know what? Lavin has a point here when he said.
We're not arguing.
I know you're not arguing at all. It's really funny. No, I know you're not arguing. Sometimes you forget when your pyro buddy, doesn't do pyro shit. And you're like, oh yeah, you can manipulate flame. Okay, so like a backdraft, a roar of flame shoots through the hallway, now covering those three individuals. And you hear them yell out in pain at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, those two sofas, the floorboards, of course, and the wallpaper along, this wall here, begins to also catch fire. So like before the barricade, shit's going crazy. Ellie, you don't see much of this, but you definitely hear the roar of flames, smell the smoke, sense the heat.
Okay. Ellie's gonna do something stupid
Okay.
because she's desperate in this situation.
She's gonna swiftly move around behind Big Mick, big guy here, and try and
Lavin?
suplex him.
Like, go on the bed and suplex him?
Straight up, just like grab at him and try and flip him so he's down.
Oh, like towards the bed? Or on the
Well,
ground?
I mean, well, can I suplex him from the side? Is there such a thing as a side suplex?
Sure, it's just where you grab him.
I know, it just
It
you
seems
know, I always
weird.
yeah. Oh well, I'll do it from the
wait, in the suplex, don't you have to grab underneath their arms or something like that?
No, I thought
Yeah,
it was
it's
wait.
under their arms,
Oh,
around
yeah.
their chest, and then
Yeah.
you just bend backwards.
That's why I said it's crazy
Yeah.
and not maybe the smartest move, but she's trying to help out, so she's going to attempt to do that, even though
Okay.
he's in this big armor and she
Sure.
is.
Well, you're really strong. Those mind over matter implants, you can't. I mean,
You can't beat that shit.
well, you can.
You can't. You can't.
You can, but we're going to do. Let's see. I don't want to just have you roll and strike and you do it. I should give Lavin a chance to kind of defend himself. So first things first, you need to strike in order to get your arms underneath of him, right?
Yeah.
So go ahead and roll to strike.
Okay.
Add your
So-
full to hit bonuses.
All right. Let me quick my to hit.
It's like
plus
insane.
9.
Yeah. Yeah.
Roll, don't fail me now.
Oh
Yeah!
my God. You got a natural 20.
And
Money, baby!
I feel so bad because
Lavin?
he was trying to help us.
Lavin, bud.
Yes.
You the only way you're going to be able to defend this is if you roll a natural 20. And
Can I
burn
do a
it up.
simultaneous attack?
Yeah. Oh, you
Okay,
can.
I'm gonna just grab my stun pistol and shoot her in the face.
Interesting.
Bring it. Bring it.
Okay, all right. Grab your stun
No,
pistol. Roll
yeah,
a hit.
Stun gun.
Your stun gun. Okay, roll your stun gun. Roll a hit.
Sorry, this isn't an aim shot, right? So
No.
and it's not automatic, so burst doesn't apply. I'm just trying to think of what strikes.
It's just a wild shot. It's considered a wild shot, so no bonuses really. But you just have to get over a 5 because you're within hand-to-hand distance here.
So I get
you
2
make
for the
it.
prowess.
You make it. Yeah, no, you get 2, which is good, great. But okay, so this is what happens. You feel her arms hook underneath yours, and you quickly grab your stun pistol and zap her, like right in the face, right? Or nearby the face, because to do an aim shot, you had to get over 12. So kind of like in the neck, face, head area, right?
Yeah, I don't think it matters where I hit her with that.
Exactly, because the blue magic field resists it. And before you know it, you go ass over tea kettle behind you. As Mila, you suplex Lavin. He behind you, so I guess it's towards the bed, right?
Ideal, like,
Oh,
is there enough
yeah.
room? Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't want him to have a soft landing. Is basically
Okay.
the goal.
All right. Well, okay. So, Lavin, you get hurled backwards and you thump into the wall and fall next to the bed. Thankfully, your MDC body armor protects you from the majority of the blow. You only take 2 points of SDC from being rattled around. You know, you bump your head up against the helmet a little bit. It'll give you a goose egg, but it's nothing major. And yeah, you're currently prone. Thanks to your new best friend.
Something?
Sure, of course you can.
She'll, she'll point, like, turn her head to the door and shout, "Patrick!"
My simultaneous attack is my turn, right? So I can say something during that too.
Sure, of course. While you're going.
While she's suplexing me, I'm saying friendly.
She'll still like turn to the door and say, "Patrick!"
Oh God! Please.
I love how initially this combat was you guys united against an enemy. Now it looks like one guy's just going to take care of it while the rest just fight amongst themselves inadvertently, right?
Yep.
That's how it works. That's how game
That's
works.
how we play.
That's how game work. Okay.
Welcome
Ellie,
to the
all right.
group, buddy.
Yeah,
Okay.
a hazing or like what is it? Like welcome to the group. Yeah, what is that called? Like a frat house type.
That's a hazing.
It's
Yeah,
a hazing.
hazing?
Yeah,
Okay,
it's a
okay.
hazing.
All right, Patrick, it's your turn because the attackers spent all their turns going through and taking off their clothes only to be burned more. So, Patrick, things are going a little nuts.
Yeah, they seem good. I'm assuming that's Tom.
I hope so.
And if it's not Tom, these Molotovs are not going to help.
All right. What do you want to do, Patrick? You got
Oh god.
full actions.
There's a freaking mega damage man in the other room in mega damage armor, and Mila's just yelling, "Patrick!"
Wait, but you did hear him shout friendly.
That's true.
Okay. Then Patrick will go into the room, because he was before going to actually cast armor on himself. But you know what? Mila wants him in there. He's yelling friendly. At least there's a chance that he won't get attacked.
Okay.
Well, and here's a question too: Would they? I'm assuming they would recognize it as a stun gun. Like it probably looks weird, not like a normal gun.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Stun guns are aesthetically very different from any sort of other weapon.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought. Like I didn't want to make it look like I was actually trying to kill her or something.
Sure. Yeah,
Good
no,
old
thanks for bringing
friendly
up that point.
weapons.
Good old friendly.
Hey, listen, dude, you disguise a stun gun as a camera, all right?
My phaser was on stun.
A stun like taser. It's like having pepper spray.
It's okay. Anyway, you move past Basilisk and you push open the half door, just metal and wood screeching by as you go into the room. That'll take one action. Do you want to do something else while you're there?
No.
All right, then you have a bunch of other actions left. Lavin, you're on the ground. What would you like to do? You have
Didn't I use my action doing the?
You used one action, but you still have another one left over. So you have
beauty.
another good 7.5 seconds of things to do. if you want.
I'm just gonna, try and get up and put my hands up and be, unthreatening. Like, hey, I'm here to help
Oh,
with Tom.
Oh. Okay. All right. Excellent. You do that. Basilisk. His weapon still in flame. He takes a quick glance to the inferno that's happening to the left of him, and he goes, "Ah, shit." He says, and he looks over to Lavin, and he's going to take a couple actions to talk this. And he says, "Tom, who the hell is Tom?" And at this point, guys, we're going to slip out of combat because this is what the guys on fire are going to do. They're on full-on retreat now. So I'm going to just have them retreat, give everyone an action if they want to do something, especially you, Tom, because you'll see them retreat, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this is what happens. The ones that are engulfed in flames immediately retreat and head towards the back towards the stairwell, right? They bump into each other, they continue to burn, and you hear their disciplined grunts turned into shouts and yells, and finally of pain and panic. The question is, do you maintain that fire the entire time, Tom?
While they're leaving?
Yes, while they're trying to retreat.
Absolutely.
Okay. So because you do that, make sure you spend the ISP.
Oh, yes.
3 of them manage to get through the flames through the stairwell and begin to limp and painfully exit down the stairs. The 4th, however, you can see a single form slumped halfway in the still burning 5th floor section of the hallway, unmoving.
Okay. Once I see him unmoving, I will remove all of the flames.
Okay. So, a few seconds after this initial resolution, all the flames that covered both the stairwell and the first about half of the reception area of the brothel immediately wink out. Once again, spend the ISP to get rid of flames, but with the exception of a smoky haze and the sound of a fire alarm going off, all the flame is gone. So, like I said, we're going to slip out of combat so you guys can talk amongst each other. But Basilisk, even while the flames are still going on, does bark out, "Friendly, Tom, explain yourself, and explain yourself quick there, Buck."
where's Tom?
With the Tom guy. I'm with Tom.
Where's
He
Tom?
was eating a sandwich.
What are you talking?
Who the fuck is Tom?
Tom is
Basilisk
our
asked.
friend, but I don't know this guy. Did you do something to Tom?
No. Can I see all the fire?
Yeah, you can still from your angle, it's kind of tricky, but you see the glow of the flame begin to die down at this point.
You just said, "Where's Tom?" Right?
Yeah.
But all the fire. The fire.
Mhm.
It's quite a coincidence, I know.
Oh my god, Mila.
He goes, right. He like snaps up, right, and he fumbles for his radio, and like flicks on Tom.
You'll hear a kind of muffled and kind of echoey, "Yeah."
Yep.
Is it coming from my radio?
No, well, it's coming from your radio and also in this direction.
Mila, you suddenly see Ellie make an "oh" face as she's putting things together.
Guys, I'm kind of stuck.
Hang on, I'll go save you. Keep talking, I'll follow your voice, and Ellie will
No, Mila, what
roam
did you
out
want? Mila, come.
into the room.
Okay.
Uh,
Sure.
She'll, oh god, the couch. Oh god, the couch. Ish.
Mila, what did you want?
Patrick, Patrick, you're the brains of this operation, right? Listen to me for a second. Just listen to me for a second.
Tom,
Mila!
can you hear me? Oh,
I
Tom.
can hear you, but I can't see you.
Okay,
Oh my god.
GM, I'm going to pinpoint the exact location I hear of Tom, and then I would like to use my flying kick to make a hole in the wall or ceiling.
Oh my god. This is amazing. Okay, sorry. Lavin and Patrick, we will resolve your conversation in a moment, but let's just resolve the rescue of Tom. I'd like you to roll me to strike, please. Make it
Okay.
harder by 2.
Okay, so
So
I
roll
don't get...
1d20 plus 7.
Damn it.
I know.
19.
Oh, that's still really good. So perhaps, if I may add some narrative control, there's still a half-burnt sofa nearby. You need a little bit of leverage to get up to the ceiling. So it's okay if maybe you drag over a couch and you vault yourself up to kick the ceiling? Okay.
That sounds perfect.
So, thanks to your pinpoint hearing, you're able to land the kick exactly where you want, which you're assuming is only a foot away from from Tom's head, where his voice was.
Mm-hmm.
Tom, through the vent, you see a foot suddenly burst through whatever boots Mila are wearing, which I'm sure are very stylish.
Oh, yeah.
Comes through and comes free, and then all of a sudden there's a foot-sized hole in the vent. And you now you can look through the hole and you can kind of see Mila down there and a very burnt reception area of a brothel.
Hi,
Hi.
Tom. I'll catch you.
All right, and he's going
The
to.
hole is too small for you to get through.
I'll catch you, Tom.
He's gonna try and push the vent down and try and break it as best as he can.
What's your physical strength?
15.
15? You push and you pull and whatnot, but I don't know. It's pretty strong metal, and the stuff behind you has been warped from the fire quite a bit. But where Mila is, it's a little bit stronger. I'm not gonna say this is impossible, but roll me a D100. But you're gonna have to get under 10%, dude.
Yeah. If it doesn't work, I have a backup idea, so it's all
Good.
It doesn't fucking
Oh
work.
boy.
No. It's just
Mila
like
will
you
raise
poke
an
your head
eyebrow.
through and you're like, I'm not gonna fit.
Yeah. Hold on, Mila, back up. You might want to move the couch too.
Okay.
Move the couch easily away from Tom.
I'm gonna flame burst. So he will
God.
surround himself with fire.
Oh, yeah, that'll do it. That'll warp
Yeah.
that metal nice and good.
I thought you
Yeah.
guys wanted this basilisk guy to help you out. Because now you're blowing up his face.
I
Yeah.
know.
Hey, I don't know if you know this about our group. We're not smart.
This is
We're
actually
not.
them being very controlled. They set half a forest on fire and sent a bunch of mercenaries their direction because of it. But that's a story
Accidentally.
for another time.
Accidentally.
Accidentally.
Remember that
Allegedly.
one time where there was only like, I don't know, 2 guys, and there's like, I'm gonna get you, and then we sent the biggest fuck off machine towards them.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. Anyway.
Yeah, a
Anywho.
hover cycle packed with C4 blocks.
No.
Explosives.
No, the big one in the lake.
Oh God.
Remember that one?
Yeah. Anyways.
Anywho, you encompass yourself in fire, which causes the metal, after a period of about 15 to 20 seconds, to completely buckle underneath as you melt your way through and plunge to the ground. You have acrobatics, don't you?
Oh yes.
Yeah, roll that shit. Roll me D100.
I have gymnastics. Would you like a
Sense of balance, really. We just want you to land on your feet gracefully. So sense of balance.
98. 83.
Congratulate. Yeah, you land on your feet. You see a human torch that is your friend Tom land about maybe 3 feet in front of you, Mila.
Yay!
And then I will extinguish myself and extinguish anything else that's on fire, kind of respectfully.
Yeah, okay. Great, wonderful. Make sure to keep track of the ISP.
Yeah.
All right, so while that's going on, Lavin and Patrick, there's obviously something you want to chat about. I remember, Lavin, you said something like, "You're the smart one here," or something like that.
Yeah,
You're the
please
brains
continue.
of the operation.
Oh boy.
yeah. Listen to me for just a second, please. And I just kind of like collapse on the bed for a second because I'm pretty sure all this is over, right?
Well, if you want to confirm it with your thermal imaging, you can see at this point, now that the fire is all gone, you can see one figure, very dead. That fire's, that glow is fading again in the hallway, and 3 more completely limping and trying to exit the building as quickly as they can. So yeah, the enemies, the bogeys, the threats seem to be in full retreat right now.
Okay. Oh, I'm not good with politics. Ishpaming made you guys mad, and now you're in trouble, and they want me to help you not get blown up.
Okay.
Which apparently I'm doing a really bad job of, and it doesn't look like you need my help anyway, as far as I can tell. I'm gonna, I guess, walk out of the room and take a look while I'm saying all this stuff.
Okay. Basilisk.
Wait, no, come back.
Yeah, Basilisk isn't going to let you through the room yet until Patrick gives the okay.
Before,
That's fine. I'm not gonna be forceful.
Okay, so the people who are running generally this town has asked you to protect us.
That's what I said, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
If you need a hand from me, let me know.
No, I know why. I'm just
okay. Sure, being in a character, I get it.
Because didn't you guys sell to someone else and they made you mad or something? I don't know. I didn't follow that part of the story. That's not part of my job.
See, that's what confuses me. See, we left off on bad terms. Why would they send somebody to protect us?
Maybe so you guys don't blow up half the city in a fight? I don't know. They said there was all kinds of people after you. And that they stripped you of your weapons and they didn't want to make relations worse? Right? And
wasn't this like one of the few things that we didn't like them?
Yeah.
So they're putting.
This time they're
Are you
telling
like
us.
another tale? Because we had
except they told me to be obvious. How am I doing?
How am I doing?
No, great. This is fine.
Yeah, no, I'm not here to spy. That's not my department. I'm just here to watch Tom melt everything and get paid for it.
Yeah, okay. That's a good question. Since we're not doing any more of that whole trading thing, why would you be hired to follow us?
Again, I think they just wanted to reduce any disturbance in the city, possibly reduce the threat of that, and to possibly reopen negotiations with you guys, I think. I mean, honestly, you're asking the wrong person, and basically I'm going to follow you guys around one way or the other until you kill me or they tell me to stop.
No. Don't follow us around.
I brought my tent, so where are we going?
Look, I brought my tent. Where are we fucking going? Okay.
When can Tom and I enter and see what's going
Yes.
on?
Okay,
Yes.
all right.
We
Beth
just
looks.
went from another town, like, across majority of North America to specifically have somebody not to follow us.
Hey, how's it going in here?
Hi.
Ellie pokes her head in. Here's Patrick actually like raising his voice, which is unusual.
Well,
Hi.
here's the thing, guys. It's 100% benefit. I don't cause no trouble.
What is
You don't
he
have to
talking
pay
about?
me.
What is he talking about?
All right, Mila.
Why
I
would we
think this
pay
may
him?
be up to you. Yeah.
Okay.
You have a pretty good sense of character.
Yeah.
He wants to follow us. What do you think?
No.
Specifically,
Want
protect
isn't the right
us.
word.
Protect us is what he said in the bar.
What? We don't need any protecting. I mean, oh, by the way, are you feeling all right? I'm so sorry. I just assumed you were evil because scary looking. She like looks at his armor. You know, it's a fair assumption. Are you feeling
I get
all
it.
right?
It's
Did I
cool.
hurt you?
I won't even suplex forgotten. Nice job, by the way.
Thank you.
You're
Okay.
really strong.
I get told that from time to time. So you want to follow us?
I was hired to help keep you guys safe.
By
Right.
Northern Gun. Remember the guys that we decided not to do the trade with?
Yeah.
They're so upset that they gave a personal bodyguard for us.
Didn't
Can
they?
you
Are
believe
they
that?
the same people who arrested us, or is that
That same people.
what? Ellie's
It's all
eyes
very
like
weird.
narrow and confused.
Oh boy.
Did they tell you that they arrested us and we had to escape? Are you like gonna arrest us?
See,
I'm
this is
not a
what I
cop.
don't get.
I'm not a cop. I didn't even know they arrested you guys. The extent of my knowledge is you were supposed to be a trade. It didn't work out. They wanted to restore, be buddy-buddy with you guys for some reason that I don't... I got hired to protect you. Here I am. I got to eat. Guys got to eat. This is my paycheck, man.
I gotta
Wait.
get some chicken in me.
Wait, hold on just a second. How did you know that we were who we were? Like, how were you able to pinpoint like Tom?
They gave me a picture.
Um,
I had a picture. Yes,
Wait.
do I have the picture still? I'd be like, look, I got a picture.
Yeah, you know what? You would have gotten the printout because once again, Northern Gun is not keeping this hidden from them at all. So yeah.
Pictures?
Tom will
The
lean
surveillance
in.
photo for when you guys were at the security.
Look, Ellie, look how pretty you look. Or not Ellie, what am I? Mila. Look, Mila, you look how pretty you look in this sundress.
I look beautiful. This is kind of weird, Ellie. Like, eyes are still narrowing at the picture.
Tom will kind of lean in right behind Ellie and go, well, I mean, I used Tom here when we were doing the negotiations. Tom Blacko. Remember that? Wait, no,
No.
you weren't there. He's going to turn over to Patrick. You remember that?
And from the
Thomas
sounds of it, you guys have Coalition after you. You got Black Market after you. You got Hell Rider's Corpse after you. I mean, seriously, you're going to reject help right
Wait,
now?
hold on.
Really?
What?
Wait, hold
What was
on.
that last
What?
one?
Wait, you guys didn't know
Go
this?
back.
No,
I thought that
we
this-
knew this, but you're not supposed
Look,
to know
no.
this.
Yeah, that too, but no, back up. What was the third one?
Hell Riders something?
Core.
Wait.
No, you got it. Yeah.
What's a Hell Rider?
I don't know. Why would they be a... What?
Well,
Okay,
it sounds like your troubles are bigger than you think. So
Are they a
I came
motorcycle
just in
gang?
the nick of time. Big damn hero.
You know, I mean, since we're recruiting people anyway.
I don't like this town.
Yeah, this town
Let's
sucks.
agree to
I
never
mean,
come
well-
back.
Here's the thing, Patrick. I asked if I should stay with you if you leave the town, and they weren't sure. So, if you want to get rid of me, maybe there's your ticket.
But we need to. Oh, Ellie looks over, now remembering what's his face, the basilisk guy.
But yeah, who's that guy?
Oh, wait. No, we need to find Jalea.
Yeah, Al's sister.
What's huh?
Yeah,
Just
we'll
don't worry
explain
about it.
later.
Don't worry about it.
Hang on. You need, what's your name again?
Lavin.
Lavin. Okay. Lavin, you're just gonna have to hold one hot second here. I feel like you have good companion material to join our gang, but that's gotta hold
Gang?
on. Julia's more, well,
Oh yeah, did you hear? I was the head of the brains of the operation.
yeah, Patrick's. I didn't hear that, but I like that. That's pretty funny. Anyway,
What the fuck am I?
I think you're the Heat.
You're the walking time bomb.
I'm a walking time bomb.
Well,
Oh, that made me depressed.
Well, what happened to those guys?
I'm gonna go sit down over here.
All the couches are in a barricade. I'm sorry. There's no couch there.
He's gonna flip it over, or flip over one of the couches and sit in one of the couches.
Okay.
That's what he wants to
What'd I say?
you may have hit a nerve. I don't know. He just has some bad history with being similar to a bomb. Anyway, hold on one hot second. I need Al. Al's so good at this kind of situation, but he's trying to keep people not super dead.
Yeah.
Mr.
Oh no, everyone.
Yeah,
Actually,
speaking of dead, I'm pretty sure some guys were hit down in the stairs before, and they're our guys like doctor, right? Yes, I know that. I'm sorry.
All right.
That's
As
fine.
much as I'm really liking this conversation, this might be a really good time for Al to come in. So how
actually,
about if we?
I
Okay,
agree.
yeah.
Actually, I think this is a perfect point. I was just gonna actually put in basilisks. Like, all I want to say is to end the scene. Basilisk just takes a look around at the half-burned reception area of the brothel, and he goes, well, this is not going to be fun to explain. Going to take a little bit of remodeling, but I guess it could have been worse. And then he's going to head over to the door where all the other non-combatants were, and he's going to open up. He goes, okay, threat's safe, but I think business is closed for a little while, folks. And with that, I mean, Al will come out too, and we'll resume the session with him.
Woo.
And all that good stuff. Actually, I do think you're absolutely right. I think it's a perfect time because Al can explain a lot more in regards to Jalea. He can provide medical treatment for the burn victims and the people who were shot and dying and or dead. And he can throw him into meeting Lavin and get all this sorted out. This is amazing.
Yes.
All right. But we'll end the session here.
Okay.
Hopefully it was entertaining for you guys. And
I laughed.
Yeah, that was awesome.
no, it was a very memorable first encounter. Thank you everyone for watching.
We will see you guys this Wednesday for 3 Galaxies, and then next week Sunday for another session of Riffs. Ta-ta!
Bye.